Captain Kremen was a British science fiction comedy radio serial set in the early 21st century. It was written and performed for Capital Radio by the DJ Kenny Everett, beginning in 1976. It was also broadcast on Liverpool's Radio City and Nottingham's Radio Trent in the early 1980s. It featured the eponymous vain and dim-witted spaceship captain. Everett took the name Kremen from a series of American radio comedy discs called Superfun, produced by Mel Blanc and his son, Noel. One of the regulars in the series was voice actor Bob Arbogast. And he came up with Kremen as a fictitious brand name for spoof commercials. These were heard by Everett in his Radio London days, and he revived the name for his space captain, and used some of the Superfun spoof ads in the Kremen series. Each episode began with an introduction by Patrick Allen.
Kremen of the Star Corps.
Here's the story so far. A report just in from one of our Earth spies has uncovered a Macronite plan to wage war on their old enemies, the Krells. So advanced are these two superplanets that any conflict would have devastating results for the rest of the universe.
Carla and I stocked up our ship, the Troll 1, with all the things we'd need for the trip out into space. Well, Carla, off once more to spread a little peace around the universe.
I hope we don't have too much trouble with the Krells and the Macronites.
I'm afraid we will. They hate each other with a hatred so strong it makes your teeth curl. As the ship hurtled towards the danger zone, I checked out the crew. Well, men, this assignment will test us to our utmost limits.
Yes, Captain.
It's perhaps our most dangerous mission ever, men.
Yes, Captain.
Anyone like to back out?
Yes, Captain.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Oh, Dr. Gitfinger.
Yes, Captain.
I want you to join me in the computer room.
Right away.
Doctor.
Yeah?
I'm gonna let you into a little secret.
What is it?
Well, you realize better than anyone aboard this ship that the two superpowers we're about to engage with are the most formidable enemies in the entire universe.
Yeah, that is roughly right.
Earlier, I put all the information about the Krells, the Macronites, and us into the computer and asked it to evaluate our chances in such a conflict.
I will process that information for you.
3 minutes later, it said,
I cannot go.
and broke down.
Good grief. You mean...
Yes, Doctor. We don't stand a chance. According to computer, no one on this ship is gonna come out of this alive. I noticed all the blood drain from the Doc's face. Hey, Doc. Yes, Captain? You want to drag yourself up on deck? Well, if it's all the same to you, I'll dress casual.
Captain?
Yeah?
We're getting dangerously close to Krell territory.
Okay, tell Gonad to pull back to warp factor 6. Well, this was it. Face to face with my old enemies, the Krells. Terror ripped through my bones. Fortunately, I remembered an old saying once told to me by a half-red Indian, half-Scot, called Hawkeye the New. He said,
Did you know in Chicago a sister hook is using a Snyder with a stickle sponge cake off an island side of Cincinnati?
Suddenly I felt my old self again. I went up to the bridge and gazed into the televiewer. Well, there it is, Carla. The planet of the Krells.
Yes, Captain, and it looks so evil with all that green mist hanging over it.
That's a special gas, Carla, that hangs 10 miles above the surface like a deadly soup, killing all that enter therein.
Hey, Captain.
What?
Computer's receiving a scrambled message from down there on the Krell planet's surface.
Quick, what does it say?
Information processed. Please press channel D.
Okay. Suddenly, a slimy voice oozed from out the speaker.
You are being observed. State your business immediately.
Tune me into him, Gonad.
Yes, Captain.
Greetings, I am Kremen of planet Earth. I must speak with you.
Kremen?
Uh-huh.
Elvis Brandenburg Kremen?
That's me.
Well, what brings you down to these parts?
I got a lousy agent. Listen, we must meet. I must talk peace with you.
Peace? Listen, Kremen. I'll send a craft up to bring you down to the surface. Don't forget to bring your baggage with you.
No, I won't forget to bring Carla. Seconds later, a Krell travel pod pulled alongside our ship. Doc,
Yeah?
you stay here and monitor my progress on this.
What is it?
It's a new invention I picked up from the boys in the lab. This button here gives you my heart rate, this button my blood pressure, this my temperature, my position, direction, longitude, latitude, BBC2, and Luxembourg. The hatch opened, and Carla and I stepped into the pod. As we left, I heard the computer's last words ringing in my ears.
Danger, 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 danger.
As the Krell pod slowly left the side of our ship, I settled down for the short journey to the surface. I was pleasantly surprised to see Carla busying about amongst the equipment. It gives me great confidence to see you staring into that radar screen, Carla. Are you plotting our position?
No, I'm fixing my makeup.
Oh.
I want to look my best and feel full of confidence when we're facing those beast fiends.
Oh, there's no need to worry, my little space sylph. I told Gonad to pack this case here full of lasers, phasers, zilch guns, and Kronak agony spray.
What, this case?
Yep.
This empty case here?
Yeah. What?
It's empty.
But it can't be. You realize what this means?
No, what does it mean?
This means we're going into the mouth of hell with no weapons. I pulled out my ship-to-ship communitron. Kremen to Gonad. Kremen to Gonad.
Hi, Captain. Gonad's here.
Gonad, you've made a very stupid mistake.
Well, did you ever hear anyone make a clever mistake?
You forgot to pack the weapons.
Well, you know, I knew there was something I meant to do when I got up this morning. Oh, Captain.
What?
This is only a minor setback for a fearless crusader like you.
Well,
A solid sheet of muscle.
I don't know.
And the first man to go over Niagara Falls on roller skates.
She smiled one of her smiles, tossed me a wink, cocked me a snook, and shot me a glance. Having been shot, tossed, and cocked, I grabbed my tranquilizer ray. Oh, that's better. But how can we face those evil swine hunts without guns? It's sheer madness. They've no scruples. They'll shred us without thinking twice.
I know what you mean. The day I first saw a Krell was the turning point of my stomach.
The ship shuddered as we entered through the layer of thick green mist surrounding the planet. Thousands of little colored lights flickered as the automatic landing procedure throbbed into action.
Captain, look!
What?
The televiewer screen!
The interference cleared, and there on the screen was the evil, twisted face of Zarno, king of the Krells.
Oh, my God!
His even teeth parted in a grin. The odd ones stayed where they were.
Welcome to my kingdom, Earthlings.
Don't forget, Zarno, we came to talk peace.
Oh, certainly, Captain. We'll talk lots and lots of peace.
Oh, good.
Before we kill you both.
What?
Oh, golly. How could Kremen make such a dumb move as to get caught without his weapons? Mind you, to think of something that dumb, you gotta be really clever. And don't forget...
Chicago assist to Hockesus na Snyder met a stickle sponge cake off an island side of Cincinnati, huh?
Here's the story so far. You remember last time as the fearless pair descended towards the Krell planet's surface, they made the stomach-turning discovery that they had come completely unharmed? Well, join us now as Kremen and Carla land on the most hostile planet in the entire universe.
The ship came to rest on a large square pad that started to descend below ground surface.
Oh, Captain, where are they taking us?
I imagine they want to dissect us and find out what makes us tick.
But, Captain...
What?
Is major surgery possible on a woman with very large breasts?
Yes, although it's easier on an operating table. The ship continued to descend. We must have been 500 stories below when it clunked to a halt.
Perhaps if I throw myself at their feet and do some groveling, they'll let us go.
They didn't go to the trouble of bringing us all this way just to let us go, Carla. I've got a sneaking suspicion they're going to force us into helping them destroy the Macronites. After all, these creatures are monsters.
Oh, don't worry, Captain. I'm used to monsters.
Yeah?
I once found one in the ship's laundry room.
Really?
It was a washing werewolf.
Suddenly, we were surrounded by guards on all sides. 2 of them guarded my front side, and the rest guarded Carla's backside. Their commanders spoke to them.
Quanget, Frogget, Mells, Pringa, Fragoogle, Prunge. Emmet, Threvet, Crims, Spega, Pnuz, Blange. Umzat, Krebbel, Klets, Pertunge.
What are they saying, Captain?
I don't know, Carla, but I grasp languages quite quickly. I'm going to try and reason with them. Excuse me, Prut, Frurgle, Pertoinge, Pethrit, de Bloonsplek.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, shut up! Take them to the Star Chamber. I will have words with King Zarno. Hello, King Zarno here. Your Highness, the Earthlings are on their way to the Star Chamber. Good. Shall I tell the surgeons to begin the operation? No, wait for me. I want to be there when the device is inserted.
Meanwhile, in the Star Chamber...
Strap him to the operating table.
Get your hands off me, you...
Oh, leave him alone, you horrible lump.
One of them zapped Carla with a Valium ray, as the others strapped me down. Operating equipment was pulled all around me. I'd never felt so helpless. Suddenly, an electric door quietly zhushed open, and in swept Zarno in flowing purple robes.
May we begin the operation now, Your Highness? Yes, start the operation.
I saw the Krell surgeon preparing himself as the anesthetic surged around my bionic veins.
Well, Kremen, when you wake up, you'll be a very different person.
By the Morgul of Tharnak, what are these beasts up to? Tune in next week to the Walking Death Threat on Dish Wavelength.
Captain Kremen is a Capital Wireless Workshop production. Kremen of the Star Corps. Hi, kids. Your friend and mine, Kremen, here. Well, thank heavens this is only radio, because things are really looking dreadful out here.
Here's the story so far. You remember last time the evil, stenching Krell guards zapped Carla with a Valium ray whilst strapping Kremen to the operating table? Well, join us now, dear listeners, as evil oozes through your tuna.
Their drug was working. I felt my brain doing party-durs around my skull.
Is he unconscious completely? Good. Start the operation. It won't take long to insert the tiny but devastating Croton bomb inside his chest. Vardak, Highness, come back to my throne room. I want to run my fingers through you. Yes, Your Highness. Highness, what? How are you so sure that Kremen will do as you plan? Oh, he'll do as I plan, all right. He's scheduled to go to Macro next to try to talk them out of going to war with us, right? Yes. Well, when he arrives, all the heads of their government will be gathered to meet him. The bomb is set to explode when Kremen says a certain set of words. A sentence that he is bound to say soon after he arrives. And as soon as he utters this sentence... Boom! This is a complete success. Is the bomb inserted correctly? Yes, it is. Listen. Wait, what? Something's wrong. It's only going tick. Oh, don't worry. We have ways of making it talk.
Suddenly, from the four corners of the cosmos, my brain returned to vague consciousness. I was aware that the limp bodies of Carla and myself were being wheeled out of the theater, along a corridor, and into a restroom. What have you been doing to me, you walking filth?
Silence, Earth scum! We are going to lock you up overnight.
Why? What's the charge?
50p, including continental breakfast. You will be free to leave tomorrow morning on your fruitless mission. Guards, frigate Perpetuans, corpus Prevenant.
Are you okay, Carla?
Oh, nothing a ton of makeup won't fix.
Well, never mind. We'll be out of this dump tomorrow and on our way to Macro. Perhaps we'll have better luck there. I snuggled Carla to my massive muscular chest. We embraced and once again turned the nighttime into cosmic bliss.
Oh, Captain, you're wonderful.
I know, Carla. Well, sex in space. Stay tuned for the next thrill-bound episode coming your way on Capital.
And now, out of the foam-drenched thralls of Plern, we bring you the story so far. Captain Kremen, captured by the Krells, has been drugged and operated on by a team of Krell surgeons. Unbeknownst to him, a small but deadly Croton bomb has been secreted inside his chest. This bomb has been set to explode when our hero says a certain set of words, a sentence which he's almost certain to utter as he sets foot on planet Macro, his next port of call.
This treatment we're receiving, Carla, it's in direct contravention of the space treaty.
I know.
I mean, I come here in peace to settle an impending war. I get slugged, drugged, and operated on. When I get back to Earth, I'm going to write to Washington about this.
It's no use, Captain. He's dead.
I never blamed Carla for being stupid. She didn't have a chance at a decent schooling. Her family was so poor, she couldn't even pay attention. Come on, Carla.
What?
We're going to escape.
Oh, good.
Maybe my peacemaking will have more effect on Macro. I melted the lock with my patent thrifty nifty handy-dandy lock laser. And soon we were on our way, dodging Krell guards. Look, Carla, there's our ship in that hangar.
I'll divert their attention while you start her up.
Okay, but be careful.
Hey, guard.
What?
Want a good time?
Thrapthoggle, no titty platoons. What?
Take this. Come on, Carla, quick, climb in.
Coming.
Soon we were up and away, but meanwhile, back in the Krell Palace...
King's Honor! King's Honor! Kremen and the woman have escaped. But how did they manage that? I've no idea. I had all the exits covered. This can only mean one thing. What? They got out through one of the entrances. Never mind. The Croton bomb is primed. All he has to do now is say that special sentence, and both he and the Macronites will exist no more.
Meanwhile, back on the ship...
Look, Captain, there's Macro coming into view.
Okay, turn off the cathode retarders.
Cathode retarders off.
Switch on the communitron.
Communitron on.
Kremen to Macro. Can you receive me?
Yes, Captain, we are receiving you.
I come to you in a last-ditch attempt to stop this futile war with the Krells, which could have devastating effects on the rest of the universe.
We will talk with you, Captain, when you land. I will have you escorted to the Senate building.
Our ship sped on. Wow, look down there, Carla. The whole planet seems to be bristling with stockpiles of weapons.
Oh.
They're really serious about getting back at the Krells for the last attack. If I can stop this war, it'll be my greatest achievement to date. The ship settled on the pad. And before I could say quasi-nuclear anomalous polyphonic phase lock, we were at the gates of the giant Macronite city. They swung open, and we entered. Well, Carla, this is it.
At least they're more friendly than the Krells.
Well, who isn't?
Captain Kremen?
Yes?
This way to the X-ray scanner.
They scanned our luggage first, and then us. Suddenly, the whole checkpoint was humming with activity. What's the matter?
Captain, the X-ray, look! It shows that you have a bomb inside you.
A bomb? Inside me? Don't be silly.
The explosion ripped through the city with a force of billions of megatons, disintegrating all in its path. It rolled its fiery way onward, enveloping the Macronite nuclear stocks, which in turn exploded with such fury that a chain reaction was triggered that tore across the entire universe until there was nothing left but silence.
Evil!
Captain, wake up, wake up!
What do you mean, wake up? I can't wake up. I'm dead. You're dead. We're all dead. The whole universe has been destroyed by the Croton bomb.
Croton bomb?
Uh-huh.
Captain, you've been having a nightmare.
What? You mean the universe is still intact?
Sure, look.
She was right. Down below in the street, life was still going on as it always had.
Stick 'em up.
Huh?
Give me your watch.
But
And your wallet.
It was terrible, Carla. I dreamt the evil Krells had planted a bomb inside my chest.
Well, it's big enough.
Say, Carla.
What?
How do you fancy a bit of afternoon delight?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Thanks.
Anytime, Carla. Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yeah? Uh-huh. I was called to the Star Corps headquarters to have words with the boss about a new and terrifying situation that only I could cure with my muscles of steel, legs like a gazelle, etc. I have here a file from our research boys which indicates that strange things are happening to our sun. Oh, what sort of things? I know it's hard to believe, Kremen, but according to the latest reports from the computer lab, something's happening to the sun that wasn't supposed to happen for billions of years yet. You mean? Yes, Kremen. It's going out. I whipped out my Valium rays. Gosh, sir, this is awful. If the sun goes out, the whole planet will ice over. Yes. All life will disappear. True. Trees, plants, and animals will die horribly. Well, never mind, Kremen. We won't see it. Oh? Why not? Because it'll be terribly dark. I drove back to my penthouse apartment. On the way, I phoned the launch pad.
May I help you?
Oh, yes, let me speak to Dr. Gitfinger. He should be looking over our new ship.
All right, thank you.
Hello, Dr. Gitfinger?
No, Captain, he's not here.
What?
No, yesterday he accidentally ran through a screen door and severely strained himself.
Okay, thank you. That night, I slept badly. I guess my head was too full of trying to find ways of saving Earth from this terrible problem with the sun. I was awoken by a knock. I jumped out of bed and opened the door in my pajamas. Silly place to have a door, really, but this is no time for jokes.
Hi, Captain, it's me.
It was Carla, my gorgeous space nymph, just standing there with the body of a 16-year-old film star. Carla, what are you doing with that 16-year-old film star's body?
Captain, this is no time for jokes.
Oh.
I've just come from our new spaceship at the shuttle center.
Really?
It's terrific.
Oh.
I've knitted a nose cone cozy and put window boxes under all the portholes.
Oh, that's wonderful, Carla.
I was just trying to cheer him up, really. I knew the situation was hopeless.
Carla.
What?
I do all these close, intimate bits.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, it's not hopeless. Tomorrow we're taking off in this new ship of ours.
Oh, where are we going?
Carla, we're going to the sun.
Huh?
For a closer look.
Oh.
The ship has a heat-proof coating, you know.
Really?
That night, we talked over old times. I remembered the time when I was footloose and fancy-free. But then I got my foot fixed, and the three I fancied moved to the other side of town. Tune in next week, friends, and join us in our journey to the sun. Oh, and bring a bottle. We're on a tight ship.
This week, our super-galactic, super-powered, superfluous pair of space heroes set out in their brand new ship to investigate.
Carla?
Yes, Captain?
Remind me to get a new announcer.
Why?
He sounds butcher than I do.
Listen, Captain, are you sure it's wise going to the sun like this?
I know it's a whole heap of danger, Carla, but it's the only way of truly ascertaining the validity of our assumptions.
I know, but it'll be terribly hot when we finally arrive, and bright, too. Thank heavens I put curtains on all the portholes.
The ship traveled on through space. We were now midway between Earth and the sun. Earth was almost completely out of view, while the sun almost filled the entire sky. Kremen to engine room. Hello, engine room?
Hi, Captain, sir.
How's it going down there?
Oh, you know, it's going.
Fine. What time is it back on Earth, Carla?
I guess it's around about breakfast time.
Oh, that means it's time for my exercises. Pass me my bulwarker.
Okay, Captain. Here it is.
Thanks.
Want another one?
Thanks.
Oh, Captain, you get through them so fast.
Never mind, there's another crate in the hold.
Oh, excuse me, Captain. Hello, Captain Kremen's place. Oh, hello, Doctor. Captain, it's Dr. Gitfinger calling from Earth.
Oh, thanks. Hello, Git.
Hello, Captain. I've just been running through the latest figures from the computer. It says that at this rate, the sun will be completely out in 3 weeks.
Carla, quick, get the ship's psychiatrist.
I can't, Captain. We had to leave him back on Earth.
Really? Why?
He's treating Radio 1 for an inferiority complex.
And now, Roger Scott, disc jockey and ham, will now say...
What will happen next week? Tune in at the same time and hear Kremen say...
Gee, Carla.
What?
I hope we get a tan before the sun goes out.
Captain Kremen is a Capital Wireless Workshop production.
You remember last time, about 4 minutes ago, Kremen and crew ventured out into space to discover why the sun was going out. only to find when they arrived at the surface of the sun, hundreds of alien ships sucking out the sun's energy and making off with it in their holds. He called a meeting of the crew.
Captain, at the rate they're going, it won't be long before the sun's a cold cinder.
Yeah, why don't we just blow them out of the sky, Captain? Just say the word and we'll blow them out of the sky.
Oh, no, there's too many of them, and we don't know how many more there are on the way. No, we've got to be clever. Thrillmer,
Yeah.
Foonman, lay in a fresh course. We're going to follow them back to base and see who's behind all this.
Captain.
Yes, Foonman?
I've laid in the fresh course, so's we're far enough away that they won't see us, but we're near enough so's we won't lose them.
Wonderful, Foonman. Keep me up to date.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Carla, I've got a funny feeling.
So have I, Captain. But this is neither the time nor the place.
No, you silly space nymph. I've got a funny feeling that these sunsuckers are monsters.
You're probably right.
We're gonna have to communicate with them sooner or later, Carla. What's the best way to talk to a monster?
Long distance.
Excuse me, Carla. Hello, what is it?
Captain, those ships we're following.
What about them?
They've stopped. I got a feeling they've sussed us.
They're probably listening on their sonar detectors. Shut down all systems.
Okay, Captain.
Captain,
What?
shall I go and tell the crew to be quiet?
Good idea. And on your way through the sick bay, be careful not to wake up the sleeping pills. All through the ship, machinery was turned off. Our nuclear generators ground to a halt. People walked around on tiptoe and talked to each other in sign language. I took off my heavy space boots. I took off my heavy space boots and put an extra drop of oil on my bionic limbs. Hello?
Hello, Captain. This is the bridge. They've started moving again. I think we fooled them.
Okay, keep on their tails.
Hi, Captain. It's only me.
Looking as wonderful as ever, Carla. Have you just taken a shower?
Why? Is the one missing?
Planet on the starboard bow, Captain.
Look, Carla, we've arrived.
Gee, it's a biggie.
There it was, spread out before us on the screen. Who knows what putrid yichies are waiting for us down there?
Before we go any further, Captain.
Yeah?
Let's not go any further.
Tune in next week, friends, when Kremen meets the Sunsuckers on this radio set. Kremen of the Star Corps. Hi, kids. This is your hunky, hairy-chested, bulging, bristling, butch, beefy, brain-encrusted superhero here. You remember last time we followed the weird creatures that were sucking all the power from our sun back to their planet base. We put our ship into underdrive and slipped quietly down to the planet's surface.
By the prules of Nilge, what will happen next?
Well, hang on and I'll tell you. We homed in on a deserted part of the planet where our arrival wouldn't be noticed.
Captain.
What?
I don't like the look of this.
What, the planet?
No, the script, it stinks.
Well, don't worry, Carla. With all the dramatic mood music and the snappy edits, you won't notice the awful jokes. Our craft landed not far from the alien city. Foonman,
Yes, sir.
break out the weapons.
Uh-huh.
Arm every man with a supply of Kronak agony spray and a zilch torpedo.
Aye, aye, sir.
We made our way through the airlock and trod boldly onto the surface of the planet.
Gee, Captain.
What?
Except for the city up ahead, this whole planet looks like Iceland. It's so freezing.
She was right. It was exceedingly taters. My teeth were going... Well, at last I know why they're stealing our sun.
What, you mean 'cause theirs has gone out?
Yeah, look up there. We gazed at the place in the sky where their sun should have been and saw a huge dead cinder.
I guess we can't really blame them for trying
I know what you're going to say, Foonman, but there are millions of suns in the universe that they could have siphoned energy off of. We trudged onward across the icy wastes, wind whistling through my muscles, towards the huge glass dome that covered their capital city.
Oh, golly.
What?
I wonder what horrible things await us in there, Captain.
Hey, that reminds me of Episode 5, Series 2. Remember when we were circling the Krell planet all those episodes ago? Space alive yet.
Who knows what monsters lurk in there?
Not only monsters, Carla, but deformed Thargoids.
Vampires, demons, wolves, too.
West Bromwich Albion, 1.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Meanwhile, back in this week's episode, in the dim light from their cinder, I saw the city gates. Okay, men, arm your weapons.
Okay, Captain. Phasers locked.
Carla grabbed the knob and gave it a twist. Tears came to my eyes.
Captain?
What?
I've got a hunch.
I know. Hold your shoulders back.
What will our trusty heroes find in the city of the Sunsuckers? Tune in next week and find out.
Quack, 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 quack.
associated multinational production.
Well, sir, I've saved the universe again.
The whole nation is grateful.
Well, Your Majesty, I'd just like to say thank you for presenting me with this medal.
It gives me the greatest pleasure.
He's the only man for the job.
How can one man be so handsome?
Kremen, you must save us. Captain Elvis Brandenburg Kremen here.
He's so handsome.
My organization, Star Corps, is dedicated to doing things that bring a lump to your throat and send a shiver up your doobry. Kremen of the Star Corps. Hi, kids. Rippling sheet of muscle here. Cue the story so far.
Okay, and now, here's the story so far. Kremen has at last landed on the alien planet in search of the capital of the Sunsuckers. Forging across the frozen wastes, he finally spies the city, gleaming on the horizon.
Onward we trudged, ever onward, over the icy wastes. Suddenly, we were at the city gates. Okay, men, arm your weapons.
Okay, Captain.
Spacers fly. We opened the huge city gates and entered. It was an astounding sight. An entire electronic city.
Captain, it's an entire electronic city.
Yeah.
It looks like the inside of the back of a TV set.
We've got to find somebody who can tell us the way. Funman.
Yes, Captain.
Go ask that horrible slimy lump over there where the action is.
Okay. Excuse me, Lump. Where's the action here? Uh-huh. Fine, thank you.
What did he say?
He said try the first on the left, turn right at the nuclear reactor, over the light bridge, and it's the second turning on the left, knock 3 times and ask for Vardak the Elder.
Vardak the Elder, huh?
Yeah.
He must be the boss round here. Okay, men, let's tread boldly. Onward we trud, through the teeming city. Teeming it was.
I wish we brought an umbrella. Hey, Captain.
Yeah?
All the aliens in this city.
What about them?
Have you noticed they're all driving rose-colored vehicles?
Yeah. This must be a pink carnation.
Hey, Captain.
What?
That was like a joke.
Oh, thanks.
Not a lot like a joke.
Meanwhile, dear listeners, back on the glacial globe that once was planet Earth, frozen fingers groped at radio dials, eager for some news of the situation.
Independent radio news. The situation doesn't look any better.
Oh, turn him off, Bert, and throw another piece of furniture on the fire.
Oh, I'll go to the foot of our stairs.
You can't, we've burnt them.
It's that cold, butter wouldn't melt in your truss. Meanwhile, back on the alien planet, we crossed the light bridge. Carla was nervous at first, till I explained that it was made of a beam of light so intense it could take our weight. Come on, Carla, it's okay.
Captain, I need your support.
Well, you can't have it. I'm wearing it. At last we arrived at the dwelling of Vardak the Elder. What would we find inside? What were we to expect? What is this thing called love?
Tune in next time to the only station with the guts to give you the truth.
An associated multinational production.
Well, sir, I've saved the universe again.
The whole nation is grateful.
Well, Your Majesty, I'd just like to say thank you for presenting me with this medal.
It gives me the greatest pleasure.
He's the only man for the job.
How can one man be so handsome?
Kremen, you must save us. Captain Elvis Brandenburg Kremen here.
He's so handsome.
My organization, Star Corps, is dedicated to doing things that bring a lump to your throat. Kremen of the Star Corps. Hi, kids. This is your multi-muscled, beefy-brained, hyper-butch hero here. Watch as I flex my doobry. Okay, cool it, girls. You remember last week's episode was so amusing that the announcer went... Well, this week things aren't so funny. We were now inside the city of the Sunsuckers. A weird passing blob told us how to get to their leader.
Excuse me, Lump. Where's the action here?
We wended our way, wending as we went, notwithstanding the whither and wherefore of the wentward wending. Suddenly, we arrived at the light bridge. We inched our way across. Or, for those of you who've gone metric, we millimetered our way across. You know, Carla, all this scrambling around on my hands and knees makes me feel just like a boy of 16.
Me too. But where are we going to find one up here?
At last, we reached the dwelling of Vardak the Elder. We knocked and entered. Are you Vardak?
Yes.
Vardak the Elder?
Yes.
Are you the eldest inhabitant of this planet?
Yes.
Is it true that you hold the key to the mysteries that at this moment in time we are desperately trying to unravel?
Yes.
You mean you're O'Fay?
No, I'm Vardak the Elder.
I gazed at the wall. It was so cold in his dwelling that the thermometer said, continued on the next thermometer.
We are a very old civilization, Captain.
Oh, really?
And when our sun started going out, we had to look around for another store of heat. And your sun was the nearest.
Yes, I understand that, but why did you have to steal it?
Yeah, why couldn't you have all climbed into a huge space platform, driven to our sun, and settled near it?
Oh, we have thought of that.
Oh.
We once built a gigantic city and put our chosen survivors in it. Encased it in an atmospheric dome, sealed it in a huge ark.
An ark?
Yes, a giant wooden space city with wooden hull, wooden fuselage, and wooden wings.
Well, what went wrong?
It wouldn't fly.
Tune in next time to the only station with the guts to give you the truth.
18P. This compilation was done on 26 January 72 at 15. 1011, 101.1. Subroutine LPS array AB SX1C 132.
Associated multinational production.
Well, sir, I've saved the universe again.
The whole nation is grateful.
Well, Your Majesty, I'd just like to say thank you for presenting me with this medal.
It gives me the greatest pleasure.
He's the only man for the job. How can one man be so handsome?
Kremen, you must save us. Captain Elvis Brandenburg Kremen here.
He's so handsome.
My organization, Star Corps, is dedicated to doing things that bring a lump to your throat and send a shiver up your doobrie. Kremen of the Star Corps. Hi, folks. Captain Kremen here. As you know, I'm so hunky. But what you probably didn't know is that very often I slip into the vernacular, especially if someone leaves it lying around. You remember last time in the city of the Sunsuckers, we arrived at the dwelling of Vardak the Elder. Are you Vardak?
Yes.
Vardak the Elder?
Yes.
Are you the eldest inhabitant of this planet?
Yes.
It soon became clear that this lumpy twilger was once the head of a mighty empire of technological genii until their sun started to die.
Yes, Captain. When our sun went out, our cities froze over.
Really?
One by one, they ceased to be until all the people who were left crammed themselves into the last remaining city with any source of energy.
What, this one?
Yes, this city was the only one on the whole planet with a huge glass dome to protect it.
So you decided the only thing to do was to steal somebody else's sun. I get it. How many of you are there left?
Roughly 1,000.
That night, I invited Vardak and his ministers on board my ship. Unfortunately, it was so cold that my new cook, One Hung Lo, was frozen to the marrow. Shame, really. We were going to have it stuffed for supper.
Captain.
Yes, Vardak?
I hear this ship is equipped with nuclear reactors.
Yes.
Which give out heat.
That's correct.
Good.
Why?
I'm placing your ship under arrest.
What?
We shall put this heat to good use.
You swine! Eat me out of house and home, then steal my reactors? Before you could say...
Chicago assiste Hockeysusen Snyder mit a stickle sponge cake off an anderen side of Cincinnati.
Guards appeared at the ship's door and surrounded us in all directions. One of them came towards me to whip my weapon away.
Oh, Captain, look out!
As he marched towards me, I used the only weapon I had. I looked him squarely in the eye and hissed, 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 are 4. The square on the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides. There. Let that be a lesson to you.
It's no good, Captain. Look,
what?
More guards all around the ship. It's hopeless. We need a genius to get us out of this one.
Yeah, I wish Dr. Gitfinger was here to help us.
Oh, haven't you heard?
No, what?
He's been in trouble.
Really?
Yeah, he sent 10,000 letters through the post with green shield stamps on them. And he got taken to court.
What did he get?
6 months, an electric kettle, and a garden fork.
Tune in next time to the only station with the guts to give you the truth.
Hi, kids. Kremen here. And now, it's time for my latest adventure. Make it sound good, will you?
You demand so much.
Packed with punch, pulsating with passion, and rippling with rubbish.
Star Corps with Captain Elvis Brandenburg Kremen.
An associated multinational production.
You remember last time on the planet of the Sunsuckers when my crew and I invited Vardak the Elder to dinner on board my ship, things suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Captain.
Yes, Vardak?
I hear this ship is equipped with nuclear reactors.
Yes.
Which give out heat.
That's correct.
Good.
Why?
I'm placing your ship under arrest.
What?
We shall put this heat to good use.
You swine! Eat me out of house and home, then steal my reactors? Before you could say... Guards appeared at the ship's door and surrounded us in all directions.
It's no good, Captain. Look, what? More guards all around the ship. It's hopeless.
Hopeless? Never. Don't forget the Star Corps motto. Per ardua ad esti fidelis, cosi fan tutti frutti. Now blue de pinto de blue.
I guess you're right. There must be a way out of this. Yeah, Captain. What did you do last time you were in a jam?
Hang on. I'll wind back the series and find out. What? There was always the time in episode 24 when Evil Gort thought he had us cornered, remember?
You stupid fools. Take them in by my fake newscast.
Gotterdammerung! It was all an evil plan!
Oh, you beast! Yes, and now I have you once again in my grip.
Yes, but you've forgotten one thing, Gort.
What is that?
You've forgotten about my bionic left foot with the big toe that unscrews like this. And when I joined this bit with this other bit and put that into this alongside the twiddly bit that fits into there, this drops down and joins the other section which turns into this.
A space cannon!
Right. Grab him, Carla. And then we rushed off and made our escape, remember?
Yeah, terrific. Do it again.
But before I could whip off my boot, one of the guards chained my hands and legs. Suddenly I was trussed up like a sack of sprouts.
Oh, get your hands off, you steaming beast!
Drag the Earthlings to the arena.
Hey, Captain, where are they taking us?
I don't know. That guard said something about an arena. I think they're gonna feed us to something. Hey, guard! I called the leader of the guards, a man with 3 broken ears and a cauliflower nose. What happens in this arena?
You will be fed to the Froons.
Froons?
Yes. A Froon is a beast with superhuman strength, teeth down to its knees, and a face like a bag of spanners.
Oh, my God!
They have been known to take whole weeks to slowly tear a man to shreds.
We arrived at the gates of the arena. The guard gave the password.
I'll go to the foot of our stairs.
And they swung open. I was dragged into the ring with Carla on my heels. The crowd went wild as from the opposite end of the ring, 6 hairy, wart-ridden Froons were let loose and slowly stumbled towards us.
Gosh, how exciting can a serial possibly get?
You've just suffered through a disgusting episode of
Captain Kremen. Hi, kids. Kremen here. And now, it's time for my latest adventure. Star Corps with Captain Elvis Brandenburg Kremen.
An associated multinational production.
Hi, kids. Kremen here. As planet Earth slowly dies from lack of sun, millions of light years away in the city of the Sunsuckers, Carla, Gonad, and I are led to our deaths in the arena.
Hey, Captain, where are they taking us?
I don't know. That guard said something about an arena. I think they're going to feed us to something. Hey, guard! I called the leader of the guards, a man with 3 broken ears and a cauliflower nose. What happens in this arena?
You will be fed to the Froons.
Froons?
Yes. A Froon is a beast with superhuman strength, teeth down to its knees, and a face like a bag of spanners.
Oh, my God!
We arrived at the gates of the arena. The guard gave the password.
I'll go to the foot of our stairs.
And they swung open. I I was dragged into the ring with Carla on my heels. The crowd went wild as from the opposite end of the ring, 6 hairy, wart-ridden Froons were let loose and slowly stumbled towards us. 1,080 curses.
1,080 curses?
Yes, 1,000 curses plus VAT.
Hey, Captain, you better come up with something quick. They're getting closer.
He was right. The Froons slobbered their way towards us, licking their huge, hairy lips. Carla, try keeping them away by doing some of your seductive body movements.
Okay. It doesn't seem to be working, Captain. Maybe I ought to try talking to them with my body language bra.
Okay, anything.
I've had it 5 months and hasn't said a word to anybody.
Onward the creatures came relentlessly towards us with hungry, outstretched lips. Well, you better start taking notes, Carla.
Huh?
This is the end of Captain Kremen, and the world will want to know what happened.
Okay, Captain.
Carla whipped out her notebook and pencil. Suddenly, I had an idea. Quick, give me that pencil.
Okay, here it is.
I snapped it in two, and with my bionic speed and Boy Scout training, rubbed the pieces together to make fire.
Did I smell something peculiar, or was it just me?
I wish I had time to take advantage of that line.
Hey, look, Captain. The Froons. They're getting excited. Yeah, they're backing away.
Our trick had worked. The Froons were so shocked and afraid of the flames, they turned and leapt into the crowd. In the ensuing panic, I took a giant bionic breath and snapped my bonds. Here, Carla,
what?
Let me pull your chain.
Okay. Oh.
Soon we were running through the streets of the city towards our ship. Once on board, we pressed a few buttons and took off.
Contact. Wolf Catcher 1, 2,
Phew.
3.
Well, that's got us out of danger, but they've still got our stolen son. Don't worry, Carla. I've had another one of my wonderful ideas. I flicked a switch, and suddenly a laser ray shot out from the front of the ship.
Golly, why are you using a tractor ray, Captain?
Because I'm going to tow the whole planet back to Earth, Carla, and put back the stolen bits of the sun on the way.
Oh, golly, Captain, it's brilliant.
People on Earth will be fascinated to see the strange creatures on this planet, so we'll put them on display in places where weird creatures are kept. Whipsnade, Regent's Park, Chessington, the BBC.
Oh, Captain, you're fabulous.
Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to the other 6 wonders of the world.
Let me take a photo of you at this wonderful moment.
Okay, but make sure you get my good side.
Which one is that?
Both of them. With yet another brain-searing adventure under my Gucci space belt, I swung the ship into hyperdrive and headed for home, knowing once more that space was a safer place for the human race. Join me again soon, fans, and we'll...
The Bodgers, broadcast in 4 episodes in 1985. Bodgers, Banks and Sparks, broadcast in 6 episodes in 1986. The Absolutely Radio Show broadcast in 3 series, in 2015, 2017, and 2019, of 4 episodes each. The 6 performers launched the TV sketch show series Absolutely on Channel 4, in 1989, using characters and material from these radio shows. They later reunited on radio for a special edition of Sketch Korama in 2013. Sometimes described as the Scottish Monty Python for their blend of surrealism and silliness, they were always strikingly inventive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bodgers, Banks and Sparks. Hijack.
Hello and welcome to Bodgers, Banks and Sparks. First of all, we'd like to introduce ourselves. Hello, Murray. I'm John.
Hi, John Murray.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to see you. Hello, Murray. I'm Pete. Pete Murray. Nice to meet you.
Hello,
John. I'm John Sparks.
Hello, John. Nice to meet you.
John, yes.
You'll be Warner Banks?
Hello. Warner Banks. How do you? Murray Hunter. Pleased to meet you.
Right, now, tonight, what we're going to be trying
to do... freeze! Everybody! Nobody move! If everyone does exactly as I say, then no one gets hurt, okay? Now, I've hijacked this radio program, and if your government does not meet with my demands, I shall start taking one person at a time and force them to watch some contemporary dance. Oh, no! I'm serious. Don't fool with me. Now, we've just got to wait for the media to arrive. They should be here any moment.
Hi, are you the terrorist?
Oh, what does it look like?
All right. Keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt
Now, look, could we get a few pictures of you and one of the hostages? Yeah, okay.
Hostages, could you open your eyes wide, nice and wide? Show me a bit of fear. Oh, yes, that's lovely.
Look, Mr. Terrorist, Mr. Terrorist, could you look a bit mean, please? A bit sort of angry.
That's it. Oh, yes. Who's a bad boy? Excuse me. You, sir. Yes, you, sir. Could you put your lips round the gun, please? Oh, that's a lovely story.
Just one moment. No, all right, enough, guys. That's enough photographs for just now. Right, I'm going to read my demand out. You may wish to take notes. I demand that somebody be brought here to explain to me exactly what's happening in the Middle East. Good evening, this is a newsflash. I'm sorry to interrupt your usual diet of mindless junk, but reports are just reaching us that an entire cast and audience of a radio show has been hijacked by a fanatical, if somewhat confused, international relations student. And I understand we can now go over live for a statement from the American government.
The position of the United States government in relation to the hijacked situation is as follows. The American administration cannot and will not say anything of any significance whatsoever. Go see Rambo.
Well, that was the American envoy with special responsibility for saying bogo. And we've just heard that contemporary dance is now being carried out by the terrorist. We go live to the siege.
Newsflash, radio newsflash.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do too, Nigel. Yeah. I'll see you later. Sorry, yes, welcome back on this, the third minute of what is already being widely dubbed the siege. And I believe we'll be getting a statement from the British government at any moment.
Come on, Sir Nigel, we've only got 2 minutes. The press are waiting.
How about we are horrified and deeply shocked by this latest outrage?
No, Kinnock said he was outraged.
You're damn stunned?
Not strong enough.
Really stunned?
Utterly and absolutely stunned.
What about shocked, stunned, outraged, horrified, sickened, saddened, gobsmacked, and a bloody sight more upset than anybody else? That's what we are, yes?
No, too long. Oh.
And I've just heard the statement is about to be issued by the Conservative government.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, roses are red, violets are blue. We hate terrorism, hope you do too. No questions.
Now, I've just been joined in the studio by the Under-Secretary of State for really important things. Minister, what is the situation? I see. Is that the position of the Prime Minister as well? I see. And finally, what of the outcome? Minister, thank you. But now we go live for a message from the terrorist religious leader and guru, Mr. Rabbi Bonkers.
My children, never forget that if is the middle word of life, that eat is the middle word of death, and that icky-nacky is the middle word of nicky-nacky no.
Well, there you are, incomprehensible, but certainly fanatical. And now, important news at the siege. We've just heard that the publicity and media attention has apparently gone to the terrorist's head. We go over live to the press conference. Okay, just leave it messy. Okay, thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. I'd now like to move things right along by doing a little song. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know why Terry Wogan's famous. I know what happened to the Mary Celeste. I even know why the pound goes up or down. But there's just one thing that's bothering me. I know where you can find Lord Lucan. I know God's middle name. I even know why people aren't their underpants. I know the German word for penis is Schwanz. But there's just one thing that's bothering me. What's happening in the Middle East? Who's fighting where? Who's fighting who? Who's fooling out of where? Can you put me on the right track about Iraq? Is everything fine in the Palestine? Tell me what's going on in Lebanon. Should I shed a tear for Yitzhak Shamir? Is Assad all that bad? Should I be a fan of Moshe Dayan? Can you tell me about Gaddafi? What's happening in the Middle East? Why the fights in the Golan Heights? Have the Jews got the blues? Who's in the wrong? Who's in the right? What is a Shiite? Tell me what's a foot in Beirut? Tell me what's a foot in Beirut?
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Terrorist. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hilda Rubenstein of Rubenstein & Rubenstein Theatrical Agents. We represent anybody in the entertainment industry at all, excepting, of course, hams. Just a little Jewish joke for you there. Okay, I'm here to inform the press and public that we have acquired the services of the terrorist here, and he will be available for hijackings, extortion, international terrorism, and bar mitzvahs as of the end of this month. Let me also just add that our paperback, Stick 'em Up, Anatomy of a Terrorist, will be available from all leading bookstores at a similar time. The launch party, to which ladies and gentlemen of the press are most cordially invited, will take place on the 25th, hopefully on Flight 0385, Gatwick to Bahrain. May I just say that as a goodwill gesture, we have agreed to release one of the hostages if Polydor agree to release our single. Thank you.
You splash about the hostage crisis.
And we've just been joined by one of the hostages who was released only a few moments ago. Can you tell me about your ordeal?
I simply have no words for the terror. They were nightmare hours.
If I could just butt in here to say that our paperback, Nightmare Hours, Story of a Survivor, will be available from all leading bookstores shortly.
And I've just been joined by someone else. Sorry, there's great confusion here. You are...
If I could just explain, Mr. Swithers here was not actually involved in the hijacking question, but did once get strip searched at Heathrow Airport. And strip, the horrible, naked, bloody truth will be serialized in the news of the world as from Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Swithers, what was it like?
Chilly.
Thanks very much. And now we're going over live for a special report from the Lebanon.
Hello.
Me again, Shadwell. I just pop in to do a poem. Well, this time I thought I'd do one about my girlfriend because I went out with Sean Jones on Tuesday. It was a blind date, so I didn't know what she looked like. Still don't, because she didn't turn up. Anyway, when Mrs. Greeley, one of our neighbours, heard about that, she said I could go out with her niece, Gwynedd, who's quite a bit older than me. She said that Gwynedd Greeley would bring me out of myself, so I thought I'd better wear a scarf. We arranged to meet, and I got there first, and when she got there, she said, "Oh, so you've arrived, Shadwell?" And the strange thing was, I had arrived. And then she said, "Well, shall we go to the pictures?" But I went to the pictures last year, so there wasn't much point in going again, really. So she said, "All right, why don't we go to the club Spunkin'? Spunkin' a go-go." So we did. In we went, and Gwynedd asked me to get her a drink, so I went up to the bar, and the man said, "What'll it be?" Well, as there were two of us, I said, "A double, please." "Double what?" "Double beer." "Don't talk tup," said the man, "or I'll get a big mug to throw you out. What do you want to drink?" So I pointed at something behind the bar, and he said, "That's an ornament." Well, eventually I got a drink, and Gwynedd drank it all up and said she felt like dancing. "Come on, Shadwell," she said, "let's bogey." Well, I wasn't quite sure how to do the dancing, so every time a new record came on, I jumped as high as I could. I only stopped when I noticed that somebody'd been sick in the hood of my anorak. We sat down then. Then Gwynedd said, "We're doing some serious drinking tonight," so I tried to look a bit stern. And she started breathing very heavily and leaned over and said, "Shadwell, you don't think I've got a moustache, do you?" So I said, "No, but I think you look very nice in one." And I tried to make a bit of light conversation. I asked her, "How's your mum and dad?" "Still dead." "Oh, they're not any better then." And then she got up and went to the toilet. And when she came back, I said, nice and friendly, "They have enough paper for you, did they?" And I don't think they did, because she looked quite annoyed. Then Gwynedd had another drink, and she said, "Cheerio, Shadwell." "Where are you going?" No, cheerio, Shadwell." So I went home. I wrote this poem about a girl. Mary, quite a fat person. She sat on a thing which broke. It's not very nice to laugh at her, because then she might sit on you. To teach you, wouldn't it? Thank you very much. Bye-bye then.
Well, I'm sorry, that's not quite the report we were anticipating. Moving on, it is widely expected now that the SAS will try to deal with the hostage crisis. We now broadcast a repeat of our award-winning documentary, Donuts, the story of the SAS.
Derek joined the SAS 3 weeks ago.
Yes, well, I couldn't get a job down the village, and everything had closed. It just seemed like a great opportunity.
The first 3 weeks of Derek's training can be broken down as follows. For 3 days and 3 nights, he was systematically tickled by the commanding officer. For a week, he was deprived of food, water, and at times, even of air. Considerably weakened, he was sent on manoeuvres to Scunthorpe. Not in itself rigorous, but his penis was sent to Darlington. He has spent the past 1.5 weeks submerged in a vat of pig's offal and sheep's intestines, with his nose stapled to his bottom and his testicles gaffer-taped to his forehead.
No, sir. No regrets, sir. No, it's great. No, I wouldn't do anything else, sir. No, this is the life for me, sir.
We joined the recruits on inspection.
Jones! Why is there a white thread on the shoulder of your uniform, man?
Because you put it there, sir.
Very good. Regimental Sergeant Major, have this man taken outside and chainsawed.
Thank you very much, sir.
After slaughtering a carload of French tourists for parking on a double yellow line, Victor Corleone was considered simply too dangerous to continue working as a traffic warden. He was immediately recruited for the SAS.
Good morning, men.
Good morning, sir.
And welcome to your last day of training. As you probably know, you're here for one reason. Your courage, your discipline, your bravery, your intelligence, and your initiative don't matter a jot. You're here because you're stupid. And because Broadmoor was full. Now, there's been a slight change of plan for this week's 97-mile training run. Firstly, it's a 197-mile training run. And secondly, as you may remember, you were initially all going to be superglued together. Well, instead, you will now report to the regiment's doctor to have your legs amputated. And those of you who complete the exercise in less than 55 minutes will get your legs back. However, anyone found on the run not wearing socks will be shot. Dismissed.
It is testament to the severity of the SAS training that of the 13 new recruits, 17 have already committed suicide. Even the regiment's pet dog threw itself under a bus rather than be patted again by the commanding officer.
Eating a burger is not as nice as hearing all the latest news about the hostage crisis.
We interrupt the documentary to return to a dramatic development at the siege. We understand that the hijacker has now been hijacked himself by a second hijacker. I don't think this has ever happened before. We go back live.
Okay, right, freeze. Nobody move. I'm serious.
Hey!
You've got a gun.
Too bloody right, I've got a gun.
Well, put it away. I'm trying to kidnap these people.
Sorry, first come, first served.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. 3 months training in the Angolan waste. 2 months kneading.
No, wait a minute. You weren't involved in the Gates-thwarted Angolan banana coup of 75, were you?
Yeah.
You're not.
Ex-Lieutenant Nobby Nobson, yeah.
Ex-Private Johnny No Legs, bat in charge, little wispy moustache Norbertson.
No legs!
Nobby!
Well, I never, eh?
Me neither.
How are things, eh?
Well, you know, a bit on the thin side, to be honest, really. Well, what with most of the work going to these Middle Eastern Johnnies these days.
Look, I hope you don't think I'm being rude, but what were your demands for this lot?
Well, to begin with, I just wanted to know what was going on in the Middle East.
Well, I can tell you that.
Yeah?
Yes, well, it's problems, isn't it?
Yeah. So I heard. But no one knows specifics, you see. So I'm thinking of asking for £500,000.
£500,000?
Well, you've got to earn your money. I mean, do you think it's made from trees?
It is, actually.
Look, shut up! Still, £500,000. I was only going to ask for 100,000.
Oh, so that's all we're worth, is it, you cheapskate?
Look, shut up, I said! Just stand there and look hijacked, will you? Look, we've got to work this one out, Nobby. I mean, we can't both have them.
Well, I don't want to be hijacked by old cheapo.
Yeah, let's go where the money is.
And we'll make the decisions, thank you very much. Look, I'll strike a deal with you.
Yeah?
You take one of them, yeah?
What, kidnap? It's a bit down market, isn't it? Oh, right, what's sauce for the gooses, geese for the gas, I suppose. Okay, which one?
I'm not going with that.
Oh, charming. I've got a very nice flat. I've got a video. Okay. You.
Brilliant. What videos have you got?
Well, I've only got one, actually.
Which one?
Morons from Outer Space.
Oh.
No, it's okay. You don't have to watch it. Right, now, come here. Sorry about this, but I've got to blindfold you so you don't know where you're going, right?
Do you have to?
Yeah. Right, spin you around 5 times and... Right! Okay, let's go. I'm taking you to my flat. Catch you later, No Legs.
We now go live to the kidnapper's flat.
Right. What's your parents' phone number?
Oh, George, turn that radio off, man.
Oh, certainly, my fictional friend.
Now, on that subject, George.
What is it? What subject? Phone numbers, you
Yes, phone numbers. I have real trouble remembering my phone number.
What is it?
246-8071.
So what's the trouble there?
Well, that's the wrong number. The funny thing is, I have absolutely no trouble whatsoever telling people the wrong number. That's easy. But the right number, I just can't remember.
Well, why don't you just memorise all the wrong ones, if that's what you find easy, and then you'll have one number left, which will be the right one.
Yes.
Well, either do that, or do what I do.
What's that?
Well, take my number, okay? 246-8026. I've worked out a way to remember it. First bit, 246, right?
Right.
First of all, it's a 2, then it's a 4, then it's a 6.
So?
Well, that's how I remember the first part. I remember it's 2 followed by 4 followed by 6.
Well, it's an ingenious system, George.
It's infallible if I remember the numbers, obviously. I mean, then for the second part, I use exactly the same system. It's an 8, then a 0, then a 2, and then a 6.
And as you say, George, it could be tricky if you forgot the numbers or, say, like, got them in the wrong order or something.
Oh, you see, but to guard against that, I occasionally do some sums to help me, you see.
Like what?
Well, like 2 is 1 plus 1, then 19 minus 15 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. And that's your 246, you see?
Yes.
Then 48 divided by 6 is 8, 3,672 minus 3,672 is 0, 1,800,000 divided by 900,000 is 2, and finally just add 4 to that, you've got 6, 8026.
Great idea, George, I must say. You see, I'm so sick of trying to remember it now, I just never bother to remember it.
Well, why ever not, man?
Well, I never phone me, really, you know, why bother?
I'm terribly sorry, Donald. I've lost the place in the script entirely.
George, you dopey old git. You see, I'm so sick of the whole thing, George, I just don't bother to remember mine at all.
Well, why not, man?
Well, I never phone me. I mean, why bother?
You never phone you?
Well, only very occasionally. I mean, I've lost touch, really. But it doesn't matter anyway. I don't have a phone. You see, that's another reason why I don't bother to remember my number.
Just turn the radio back on, okay? Right. What's your parents' phone number?
All right, it's 246-8071.
2, 4, 6, 8071.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Oh, what's your name? Simpkin. Simpkin. Now listen very carefully if you ever want to see your son again.
No, I'm sorry he's not here, baby.
No, wait.
Hello?
Yes, hello. It's me again.
What?
Me. Oh, never mind. Listen, I've got your son.
You what? George, there's a young man here, says he's got our bun. Have you lost any?
No! Not Bun, Mrs. Simpkins' son!
Oh, that's okay. We've got another copy. I think it's the newsagent's, George.
Why didn't you tell me she was deaf?
You didn't ask.
Mrs. Simpkin, listen to me. Not your S-U-N, your S-O-N, your child.
Oh, no, we don't have any. They're all grown lads
That's
now.
right. And I got one of them.
What?
Luke, turn the phone round the other way.
Oh, yes, that's better. Now, what is it you want, young man?
I want some money.
Oh, we haven't got any.
Well, listen very carefully. You've got 2 hours to get some, or we'll cut off your son's nose and post it to you. So if you ever want your son to smell again, you'd better get the money.
Oh, how much do you want, young man?
£100,000. If I don't get it after the nose every day, we'll send you one more item. It'll be his ear, then his pinky, his index fingers, toes, legs, lips, arms, torso, and finally his buttocks. You won't see your son complete again until next Christmas. You'll have half of him by the summer, but not his legs. His legs and his buttocks come last.
Oh, well, how will he sit down?
I don't know, we'll send some cushions, improvise. But anyway, it won't come to that, will it?
Oh, well, we'll try.
Oh, where are we going to get that sort of money, George, my husband?
The bank, where else, woman?
Good morning, can I help you?
It's really convenient living in a bank, isn't it?
Oh, yes, please. Could you tell me how much I have in my account?
Yes, indeed, 73p.
Oh, not £100,000 then?
No.
So you wouldn't have cashed me a cheque for 100,000 then?
Insufficient funds, I'm afraid.
Oh, but my son's been kidnapped and I have to pay the ransom.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? We have a special loan facility for that sort of thing. As long as you've got some security against the loan.
Oh, we've got another son. You can have him.
No, that's fine. Just sign your cheque, please.
The authors would like to make it clear at this point that this sort of thing does not happen in real life. It is merely a dramatic device in order to speed along the story. And in relation to the kidnap, we hear that time is running out for the hostage.
Right. The money's not here. Cut his nose off and send it to my recently introduced evil assistant.
Okay, boss.
Hello?
Mrs. Simpkin?
Yes?
A parcel for you.
Oh, my God, they've done it. It must be his nose.
But the package is 6 feet long, woman.
Oh, God, it was a bit cramped in there. What happened, son? Well, they got mixed up. They sent me and kept the nose.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Simpkin. We've just realised a mistake. Yeah, it's a bit of a cock-up in our front, really. So, you've got your son back, then? In one piece?
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly, obviously. Now, just to say that we do still have the nose. Now, obviously, our bargaining position is somewhat down, and I do admit that £100,000 is a bit excessive for just the nose. So I'm willing to negotiate.
Yes?
Let's say 75p.
Done.
Right, the nose is on its way.
And news has just reached us that the kidnap is over. The hostage is safe and well, but is rumoured to be having difficulty keeping his glasses on. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what that means. And I've just heard that the SAS are storming the studio.
It's the SAS!
Hey, wait a minute. It was only a joke. We didn't really hijack their show.
No?
No.
I love a happy ending.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Bodgers, Banks and Sparks, with the Bodgers, who are Murray Hunter, Johnny No Name, Gordon Kennedy, Pete Bakey, and Moana Banks and John Sparks. Written by Murray Hunter and John Doherty, Moana Banks and John Sparks. Music by Pete Bakey, produced by Alan Nixon.
An Actor's Life for Me is a British sitcom that aired on Radio 2 from 1989 to 1993 and on television in 1991. Starring John Gordon Sinclair and Jean Key, it was written by Paul Mayhew Archer, who later co-wrote The Vicar of Dibley. An Actor's Life for Me is based around Robert Wilson Nielsen, an actor who believes he is about to make it big time. While he never achieves his quest for fame, he always remains optimistic that he will do at the next audition. His girlfriend, Sue Bishop, and agent Desmond Shaw do their best to keep his feet on the ground.
Hi, diddly-dee, An Actor's Life for Me.
We present An Actor's Life for Me, starring John Gordon Sinclair, Gary Waldhorn and Caroline Quentin. Episode 1, A Stiff Audition.
It's great to be back in the theatre.
Is it?
Oh, yes. There's nowhere like it for an actor. The excitement of an audience, it's fantastic.
It must be.
Be honest, Sue. What did you think? Was I okay?
I've already told you, Robert, you were great.
You really think so?
Yes, brilliant. The way you pulled those pints at the theatre bar was incredible. I'm sure the whole audience is talking about it now. Sit next left.
Yes. I don't think you realise how important tonight was, Sue.
What do you mean, important?
The critics were in.
So?
Did you notice how I served Michael Billington's round?
You mean the way you did your Jimmy Cagney impersonation?
Exactly. It was Humphrey Bogart, actually. Anyway, do you think Michael Billington liked it? Do you think he'll remember me?
Oh, I should think so. Especially if he realises you overcharged him.
What?
By £1. I was watching.
Oh, my God! Well, it wasn't deliberate, you know.
Of course it wasn't. Anyway, I don't think he noticed.
Oh, no, what a disaster. I'll never break into acting at this rate. Maybe I should try something else.
How about crime? Pretty good at that.
Oh, I mean it. I'm not getting anywhere, Sue.
Of course you are. Don't be so silly. And what about Desmond? He thinks you're good.
No, knowing Desmond's talent as an agent, that's not reassuring.
Well, he's not bad.
I once asked him if he knew Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were dead.
And what did he say?
Oh, are they? How did it happen? He thought they were a double act. He says he's seen them at Watford Palace.
Oh, well. Go and see him anyway. You've got to keep badgering him.
Robert, old boy, you must be psychic. I was going to ring you. What are you up to at the moment?
I'm at the Richmond Theatre.
Good for you. That's a new revival of St. Joan, isn't it?
That's right. I'm the barman.
I didn't know there was a barman in St. Joan.
No. I'm behind the bar.
I think we'd better get you acting again. I've got just the thing. It's a play at the, let me see. Ah, yes, here we are. The Gatehouse Theatre.
Great.
Thought you'd be pleased. It's the part of a thief.
Should come naturally, then.
What?
Oh, nothing. Go on.
Yes, he's on stage throughout, and it's the title role.
Fantastic. What's it called?
The Battered Corpse.
The Battered Corpse?
Yes, it's this thief who's killed by a chap whose house he's broken into.
Oh, I see. And when exactly does this thief get battered?
Just before the curtain rises.
What do you mean I'm playing a stiff?
Not exactly. You'll have to audition for it.
Audition for a corpse?
It's a big part. He's on stage for over 3 hours.
3 hours?
You could make quite an impact in the role. It could lead to bigger things, old boy.
Oh, yeah, Yorick. A stupid Desmond. I mean, how can I possibly audition for a role like that?
Just lie down and look battered, I suppose. Should be quite easy for you. What do you normally do at auditions?
Well, either a bit from Hamlet, or the mad scene from Ghosts, a bit from Amadeus, or some singing and dancing.
What's Amadeus?
Well, the play about Mozart.
Well, do that then. He's dead.
That's not the point.
Well, do what you can then, but get along there this afternoon. The director's a lady called Rachel Pinker. You never know, if she really likes you, she may let you do a little groan at the beginning.
Oh, great character work. Well, I'll start practicing.
Audition's at 2:30, old chap.
You here for an audition?
Yes, the title role in the forthcoming production.
The stiff. Yes, I'm up for that as well, you know. Looks like we're the only two.
Yes.
Ever played a stiff before?
No, never.
I have. See Bergerac the other week? One about the vice ring?
I don't think so.
The one where the supergrass was thrown out of the 9th floor window.
No, was that you?
No, I was the bloke he landed on. It's a good part, though.
Sounds terrific.
You know, I got 3 days in Jersey for it.
Which hospital?
You been in the biz long?
Well, no, not long. 9 months. How long you been in it?
21 years this March. Oh, not just tin pot jobs like this one either. No, I've been in some big productions. I worked with Spielberg, you know.
Wow, did you?
Yeah, on Indiana Jones.
Oh, what did he say to you?
I can see you breathing.
So you've, played lots of corpses then?
Oh, yeah. Last 2 years, I've been shot 6 times, strangled 4 times, once with a garrote, bludgeoned 3 times and drowned twice.
That's what I like about acting. The variety.
Yeah, you're telling me. Oh, and once I was attacked with a bread knife.
What was that in?
No, that was the missus. She thinks I ought to be doing a decent job.
Oh, looks like Miss Pinker's ready to see us.
Oh, well, break a leg. Might help you get the part.
Now that we've got your details out of the way, Mr. Wilson, let's begin. Don't move, don't speak. Just stand absolutely still and gaze into my eyes.
Right.
I want to sense, I want to feel your aura.
Feel my aura?
As a tangible force. When audiences sit through this play, they will feel uncomfortable. Do you know why they will feel uncomfortable?
The seats.
Because they confront you. Death. That is why your aura is so crucial.
Oh, I see. Well, did you want me to slump a bit? You know, give a glazed expression?
No, I like it already.
Oh.
Your face pronounces itself not of this world.
Really?
And I respond to an actor who prepares as you have. That makeup gives you a wonderfully strange green pallor.
What makeup?
Now, in a moment, I shall want you to give me your corpse as a prone entity.
Eh?
But before you lie down, I want to analyse his character. Have you read the piece?
Yes.
So, what sort of man is this battered corpse?
Oh, he's a dead man.
Yes. But what sort of man is he before that? That is the key.
He's a worried man.
Good. Why?
Because he's about to be battered to death.
Yes, well, I can see you need help. I want you to immerse yourself in the most unnerving, depressing experience in your life.
I already am.
Very well, then. Center yourself by working through the last moment of your character's life. Improvise the sense of fear, the longing, the self-pity, just before he whacks you with the spade.
I'll fall against that chair. It'll look better.
Very well, but be careful.
No, it's all right. I'm trained in falling.
No, be careful with the chair. Very well, Mr. Wilson. Feel the character and, in your own time, begin.
Please don't kill me. Let me live. I beg you. I want to live. I want to be old. I want to be or not to be. That is the question. What is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune? No, please take pity on me. I'm too young to die. I've so much to give. I can give the world so much, for I am a genius. I am a prodigy. I am Mozart. I am mad. This fear of death had sent me mad. Ghosts, I see ghosts, Mother. The sun,
Please die, Mr. Wilson.
The sun, give me the sun, Mother. The sun.
Mr. Wilson.
The sun, give me the moonlight. Give me the girls and leave the rest to me. Ba-da-da-boom. Give me the moonlight. Give me the
Die! At last. And hold it. Good. Most convincing. I like the pain on your face.
I don't think I hit the chair quite right.
And you think you could maintain that posture for 3 hours?
I expect so. Might not be able to move out of it afterwards. I could hold it that long.
Splendid. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I'll be in contact with your agent later today, after I've seen the other actor.
Oh.
Still hurts?
Yes.
You bruised your ankle, that's all. I'll rub some more Savlon on it.
Oh, thanks. God, I expect that'll be Desmond. 4850513, hello?
Robert, old boy, good news.
They've cancelled the production.
What? Now you've got the part. Well done.
Oh, thanks. So I've got the part.
I'll buy another tube of Savlon then. Well done, Robert.
Apparently they had quite an argument at the theatre about it.
About what?
Well, the writer wanted a wax-like model for the corpse. He said they could make it look really ghastly, but the director preferred you.
Oh.
You see, since the corpse is positioned prominently at the front and it's such a long play...
She wanted someone realistic and convincing.
She wanted someone who wouldn't melt and drip onto the footlights.
Oh, terrific. I hope that's not the only reason.
No, of course not.
Thank goodness for that.
Also, you were cheaper.
Cheaper?
Well, those particular mannequins are very expensive to hire. Apparently their bodies are sculpted.
Well, mine's just slung together, I suppose.
Now, old boy, got you up to £73.50.
Well, that's starvation wages, Desmond. I can't live on that.
Good job you're playing a corpse then, Robert. You start rehearsals next Thursday, 9:30 to 5.
Oh, God.
I'm sure you'll be very good, old boy. And just think, it's a victory for your profession.
Why?
Because an actor's got the part instead of a dummy.
Well, I'm not too sure about that.
Good night, old boy.
Good night, Desmond.
Bad news, eh?
Oh, £73.50. I think I'd rather be on the dole. Oh, that's a nasty cold you've got, Sue.
I know.
Hope it doesn't get serious.
I think I'm getting over the worst.
I mean, I hope I don't get it. I don't want to be ill when I'm supposed to be dead.
Thank you for the sympathy.
Oh, God in heaven. Close. Klaus, what have you done? His bloody face cries anguish to my soul.
Ludmilla, my love, I know not what I did. His name is Istvan Petrovich, a worker on our land, who stood before me here, a common thief, no more, yet with a look which said, all this is mine.
Oh, woe is me!
Thus the black bat of hate did wing its way into my heart, and with its putrid excrement did sour my sweeter self.
Oh, hush, my darling, hush. Let us not be heard.
I raised my spade aloft and struck him yet again until his face was but a battered ball of blood, and blubber was his brain.
Then is he badly hurt, my love?
He's dead. The man who lies upon our floor, my sweet, is dead.
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 Oh, sorry.
Utterly dead.
It cannot be.
It is. There is no hope of life. See, he breathes not, he moves not, he sighs not, he groans not. He just keeps on bloody sneezing. I'm sorry, loves. I'm sorry, Rachel. I just can't go on.
No, neither can I. I mean, he's turning the rehearsal into a shambles. All right.
I'm afraid I can't help it.
I think we'd better break for lunch.
Thank you, love.
Yes, thanks. Back at 2, everybody. Honestly, let's get someone who can do this.
I'm very sorry, Rachel. I really am.
That was a disaster, Robert.
God. I know.
A disaster. Look, here's £10.
Are you paying me off?
What? Of course not, no. Go and buy some medicines, tonics, cold capsules, anything.
Right.
And a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, thanks very much.
The whiskey is for me. Might help me to cope with the sneezing corpse. Very well, Robert. How do you feel now?
Well, I've taken some capsules. It said take 2 every 4 hours for fast relief.
Good.
So I've taken 10. That should make it pretty instant.
Are you all right?
Well, I think so. I've stopped sneezing anyway.
Oh, thank God for that.
Can't feel any tickling in my nose.
Well, that's good.
I can't feel my nose, actually.
Look, loves, I think we'd better begin. Robert, perhaps you'd like to lie down.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. What about the rehearsal?
For the rehearsal.
Huh?
You're dead, remember?
Oh, yes. God, I wondered why I couldn't feel anything.
What? Rachel, I don't think he's well.
No, I'm fine. I've got it now. I'm the buttered corpse. The battered corpse. I'll just get into position.
I think we'd better start. Okay, Clive, Lynn.
Yes.
Passion, commitment,
Okay.
Intensity.
Okay, darling.
Oh, God in heaven! Oh, close, what have you done? Oh, his bloody face cries anguish to my soul.
Ludmilla, my love, I know not what I did. His name is Istvan Petrovich, a worker on our land, who stood before me here, a common thief, no more, yet with a look which said, all this is mine.
Oh, woe is me!
Oh, woe is all of us. He's snoring now, Rachel, love.
Ignore him!
I can't.
Fix in your mind that he is dead. You have killed him.
I bloody well will if this goes on my head.
Just carry on, please.
It's all right. Where were we? Line.
Putrid excrement.
Putrid excrement, right. And with its putrid excrement did stir my sweeter self.
Hush, my darling, hush.
What?
Hush, my darling, hush. Let us not be heard.
Oh, the rehearsal was a total disaster, Stu.
It sounds terrible. Shall I do your back for you?
Please. We were supposed to rehearse the whole play. We got as far as page 4.
Oh, dear.
And that was only because we skipped a bit.
Can you move back a bit? You're squashing me.
Well, no, not really. I'm on the plug as it is. The trouble was, you see, they managed to stop me snoring, but then I couldn't stop sneezing. I sent my whole body into spasm, you know.
Oh, how embarrassing.
I just felt I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me.
So what happened?
It did. All my spasms made the trap door give way.
God, were you all right?
Well, I think so. Clive said the trap door should be fixed more securely in future.
Of course it should.
Yeah, with me under it. Oh, guess where I'm going next Thursday?
Opening night, you mean?
Yes, guess where I'm going?
To the theatre?
No, before that.
The toilet?
No, silly, the mortuary.
Oh, the mortuary, of course. The most natural place in the world. Why didn't I think of that?
I'm going to look at some dead bodies.
Whatever turns you on, Robert. It's fine.
No, what I mean, it's research.
Oh, you're not serious?
Yes.
Well, you're daft, then. You won't find out anything. You'll just faint.
Of course I won't.
You'll faint, and the attendant will take one look at you and bung you in a plastic bag.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I won't faint.
Now, this one threw herself out of a 5th floor window. Skewered herself on some railings, she did. Just look at that, then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not very pretty. They haven't been able to identify her yet, so I calls her Donna, short for Donna Kebab. You get it, eh?
Oh, very amusing.
Now, this one, he's very juicy. Fell into a threshing machine. Threshing cereals he was, so I say he's a bit of a cereal himself now. In several parts. Eh? Do you get it? Oh, hey, hello. Oh, my God. Out like a light. Well, that's the trouble with visitors. Just like some of the residents, no stomach. Better make him comfy.
Ah, hello, dear. It's Desmond.
Oh, hello, Desmond.
I wonder if I could speak to Robert.
I'm afraid not, no.
Oh, dear. Do you know where he is?
He's at the mortuary, Desmond.
Mortuary?
Yes. I thought you knew. It's, the Thomases. Look. Sorry, I must go. I've got to get another hanky. Bye.
Good God. Oh, my good God. Sylvia! Sylvia, dear!
Yes, Desmond?
Robert's dead. Robert Wilson.
Dead?
He's in St Thomas's mortuary.
Oh, that's terrible. And tonight was his opening night. The new play. It's a tragedy.
I thought it was a thriller.
His death. You are sure he's dead, aren't you, Desmond?
What do you mean?
Well, knowing you, I just think we ought to check. I'll get the number of the mortuary.
If you insist.
He wasn't a method actor, was he?
I don't think so. Why?
I just wondered if he got carried away trying to become the role.
That's true. I say, you don't think he could still play it, do you? No, it's out of the question.
It's ringing, Desmond.
Hello, mortuary.
Good morning. I'm ringing up about an actor, a Mr. Robert Wilson. I'm his agent, you see.
Wilson? Yes, he's here, all right.
Oh.
Yeah, got him on the slab right next to me. How cold he is.
Oh.
No stomach, you see. No stomach at all.
Good God.
You want me to bring him round?
No. Good gracious me. Leave him there. Goodbye.
Is he?
Afraid so. Sounds very unpleasant. I think we'd better warn the theatre. We'll never see Robert again.
It's only 10 miles to the theatre. We'll be there in plenty of time.
I still don't know why you had to put your costume on at home.
Because there's hardly any room at the gatehouse. Besides, I thought you'd like to see it.
Oh, it's revolting. That's disgusting. It makes me feel quite sick.
Do you like the way I've got this false skin dropping off?
No. And I don't like that lump on the back of your head either. It's far too realistic.
Well, it shouldn't be. It's where I fainted in the mortuary.
I did warn you. Oh, by the way, Desmond rang whilst you were there.
Yeah, the attendant said he'd rang. I don't know what he wants.
Must be urgent if you rang there.
Yeah. Look, we've got time. Why don't we pop round to his office now? It's not far out of the way.
You sure?
Yeah.
Besides, we can show him the costume. He'll like that.
Perhaps he's not in.
Oh, he must be. I can see a bit of light through the glass.
Hang on. I'm coming.
Good.
Shall I do a ghostly wail as he opens the door?
Don't be stupid, Robert.
Ah, hello, Desmond. Ah.
Desmond! Desmond! Go away! Go away!
Robert, grab him! Stop it collapsing!
I believe! I believe! I believe! I believe! I believe!
It's Gallagher!
I believe!
It's me, Robert!
Oh!
Desmond!
Oh, is he all right?
I don't know. His heart's beating.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, God, I'm sorry, Desmond.
We will need to get a doctor and move him somewhere comfortable.
Oh, what about the theatre?
He wouldn't be comfortable there.
No, I need to get to the theatre.
Damn the theatre! What about Desmond?
But I'll be late.
I've got to stay here, Robert. You'll have to get a taxi.
But dressed like this?
Well, a tube, then.
But I'll look a complete prat, sir.
Robert!
Yes.
You are a complete prat. Now get going.
Philip.
Yes?
Already in the lighting box.
Already, Rachel?
That's the last bell. You can bring up the lights in 1 minute from now.
Okay, Rachel. Best of luck.
Rachel, sorry I'm late. Just in time.
But
I got held up, you see. Long story, I had to get the tube. Then I got chucked off by some punks. I said I was frightening the passengers. Anyway, I'd best get on stage.
No.
Mustn't spoil the show, must I?
Come back. Oh, no. Philip, for God's sake, answer, Philip. Don't let the lights go up.
No. Just crawl over to the table. Oh, there it is. And now 3 paces to the left, 1 pace at 2 paces, and... Oh, who the bloody hell are you? What? Who are you?
Bill Morris, the new corpse.
But I'm the corpse, Robert Wilson.
You can't be the corpse. You're dead.
Look, you'll have to move.
Why should I? I was here first.
This is my part.
This is my fist. If you don't get out...
The lights are going up.
Lie still. Maybe they won't notice there's 2 of us.
It's so ridiculous.
Oh, God in heaven. Klaus, what have you done? His bloody face cries anguish to my soul. And so does the other chap.
Hold it, Miller, my love. I know not what I did. His name is Istvan Petrovich, a worker on our land. The other one's called... Colin. Ovich. They stood before me, a common thief. Or 2. And clearly, wouldst I love to know which bastard Nurk did cock this drama up?
What, my love?
I'd have his guts were he not already dead.
Oh, hush, my darling, hush. Ooh. Listen to this bit.
Must I?
The spectacle of the cast rewriting as they went along was funny enough. But the highlight of the evening was when one corpse attempted to crawl surreptitiously off stage, only to be stopped by the other one grabbing his ankles. During the interval, heated words were exchanged audibly backstage, and the second half of The Battered Corpse then proceeded without any corpse at all. I understand future performances will feature a wax dummy in the title role. Pity.
What paper is that?
Michael Billington in The Guardian. That's the only review, I think.
Oh, thank goodness.
I wish I'd seen it all. Once I got Desmond fixed up, I only saw the last 10 minutes.
Does he mention any names?
Who?
Michael Billington.
No.
Whew.
But he mentioned you last night. I was standing behind him at the bar afterwards, and he mentioned you to some friends.
Did he? What did he say? Oh, no, don't tell me. I was terrible, undisciplined, a disgrace to the profession.
No. He didn't mention your performance. He just said he had a feeling you owed him £1.
Walt Disney, An Actor's Life for Me.
That was An Actor's Life for Me, written by Paul Mayhew Archer, starring John Gordon Sinclair, Gary Waldhorn, Caroline Quentin, Ron Pember, Jonathan Kidd, Joe Kendall, Joanna Mackey, Melinda Walker, and Michael Graham Cox. The producer was Paul Spencer.
Things Could Be Worse is a sitcom starring Harry Worth. Also features John Baddeley, John Graham and Miriam Margolyes. This episode is called And So to Bed. Harry has back problems, but will a reputation for being a hypochondriac work against him?
We present Harry Worth in Things Could Be Worse, written by David McKellar and David Renwick, with John Graham, Nigel Lambert and Miriam Margolyes. Episode 7, And So to Bed.
In an English country garden. Well, there we are. That's another day's weeding and hoeing done. It's hard work, but at least the whole thing's been dug over. Yeah, I think we can leave the window box for another day. There's nothing like a bit of good exercise to keep you fit and healthy. Let's go in and make a cup of tea. Oh, my back. Oh, it's awful. It's all this gardening and exercise. Oh, I'm a fool with my body. I must have pulled a muscle or something. Never mind, it'll soon go up. But then again, it might not. What seems nothing now in a few days could be very serious. Yes, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's not that I'm a hypochondriac. Is that the doctor?
3775, Dr. Fraser and Dr. Thomas, group surgery.
Oh, hello. My name is Harry Worth.
Oh, hello, Mr. Worth. We haven't heard from you for some time. You haven't been ill, I hope?
I haven't time for your jokes. I am in terrible pain. Could I speak to Dr. Fraser, please?
Oh, dear, I am sorry, Mr. Worth. Dr. Fraser isn't here.
But I've got to talk to him. This is an emergency. Do you have a number which I can reach him?
Oh, yes, I do.
Good.
It's 37400.
37400.
Yes, that's Malawi, 37400.
Malawi?
Yes.
That's a long way to go for a house call.
Oh, he hasn't gone on a house call, Mr. Worth. He's left the country. He's joined the brain drain.
Well, may I speak to his partner, Dr. Thomas? He hasn't gone to Malawi as well, has he?
Oh, no, Mr. Worth.
Good.
Nigeria.
Miss, I am suffering from a sharp pain in my back. Have you any doctor there who hasn't joined the brain drain?
Oh, of course we have, Mr. Worth. We have two doctors.
Oh, good. Who are they?
Dr. Patodi and Dr. Chung Lee Song.
Oh, I see. It's an arrangement, an exchange. Our lot go out there and their lot come over here. Oh, very well then, miss. I'll speak to Dr. Patodi.
Well, I'm afraid he doesn't speak English.
Well, what about Dr. Chung Lee Song, then? Might he, by any chance, be Chinese?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
I had an idea he might be. Well, he won't be any good for me.
Why not?
Well, I won't be able to understand him, will I? I mean, they speak backwards, don't they?
Oh, no, he speaks English perfectly, but I'm afraid,
Oh, well, I'll talk to him then. We are now getting somewhere.
Yes, but I'm afraid he's got laryngitis.
Now we are getting nowhere. Miss, this is an emergency. What do you suggest I do if I can't get a GP?
Oh, you better call up an ambulance, Mr. Worth. You just ring and ask for emergency. Do you know the number?
Emergency, yes, of course. I've got it written down on a piece of paper here somewhere. See, I always write down on a piece of paper so I won't forget them.
Yes.
Now, if I can remember where I put the piece of paper... here we are. Yes, I've got it. 666.
I think you're holding your bit of paper upside down, Mr. Worth. It's 999.
Of course, you're right. Oh, dear. Fancy putting my back out like this. I shall never prune a petunia again.
Emergency services, fire, police and ambulance.
This is a matter of life and death.
Which do you require?
Life. Get me an ambulance. 1 Melbourne Crescent. I need hospital treatment urgently. Oh, it's my back. Ah, well, here I am, matron. Is it very bad?
Well, it may be. Let's just get into bed now, shall we?
We? You're not coming in as well, are you, matron?
Now, you know quite well what I mean, Mr. Worth. Just climb in and I'll tuck your sheets for you. Now, how does your back feel now?
It's a lot better now, matron. You know, it's remarkable. After that special treatment you gave me, where I stood on that machine, it felt much, much better.
That was an X-ray machine, Mr. Worth. All it did was take a photograph of your back.
Really? Is that all you wanted? I could have saved you a lot of time. I've got a photograph of my back at home. My auntie took it on the beach at Torbay 12 years ago. A back view of me in swimming trunks. She always said it was my best side, you know.
Yes, well, I don't think a picture of you on the beach at Torbay would have been terribly helpful to the doctor, Mr. Worth. He has to find out whether there's any serious injury to your spine. And we're keeping you in here overnight for observation, just to be on the safe side. So lie back, that's right, and try not to move about. Good. I'll be back later on.
And what a difference it makes knowing you're in safe hands. I say, you, in the next bed. Huh? Are you asleep?
Well, I was.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Harry Worth.
Oh, Herbert Worcestershire.
No, Harry Worth.
My name is Herbert Worcestershire.
Really? You're not one of the Worcestershires, are you?
No, I'm from Warwickshire.
Oh, you're one of the Warwickshire Worcestershires. A nice hospital, this, isn't it?
Well, if you like hospitals, I don't. Hospitals give me the creeps, all clinical and surgical. It depresses me. I'll be glad to get out of here and back to work.
Of course. What do you do?
I'm an undertaker.
Oh, interesting. What are you in for? No, don't tell me. Let me guess what you're in for. Broken leg?
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
My leg suspended from the ceiling was a bit of a giveaway.
Oh, yes, I noticed.
Yes, very observant of you.
Oh, that's my hobby, you know, observation. How did you actually break your leg in the first place?
I put my foot through the ceiling.
Did you really? Did you stand on the chair?
Very whimsical, Mr. Worth. No, I was upstairs. I stepped through a loose floorboard.
Ah, I see, yes. That gentleman opposite.
Yes?
He looks in a bad way. Good Lord, look at the chart at the bottom of his bed. He's suffering from Pigot's disease.
No, he isn't.
Oh.
That's his name. Pigot.
Well, I hope he gets better soon. How long before they take those steel clamps off his head, do you think?
That's a pair of earphones he's wearing, Mr. Worth. He's listening to the radio.
Aye, I see now. He's just taking them off. I say.
Hello.
Good evening. It's nice to meet you. My name's Harry Worth.
How do you do? I'm George Pigot.
Ah, are you one of the Oxford Pigots?
No, I come from Leicestershire.
I see you're one of the Leicester Pigots. How do I think of them?
He's been very poorly, old George. He's a businessman, you know, collapsed on the floor of the stock exchange. George, tell them about how you collapsed on the floor of the stock exchange.
Yeah, tell us about how you collapsed on the floor of the stock exchange.
I collapsed on the floor of the stock exchange.
Did you really?
Yes. The temperature of 105.6.
Oh, dear.
Relative minutes to 107.
What happened then?
I said to my broker, if it gets to 109, sell.
And did he?
Did he what?
Sell.
It was a joke.
Was it? Oh. Ah, very good, yes, I like that. That made me feel quite good. I never realized that being in hospital was so much fun.
Oh, yes, it's a chuckle a minute in here. Yes, sometimes when we're really in pain, we have to bite our lips to stop ourselves from laughing.
Yes, I do admire you. Take my case, for instance. Here I am with a very serious back ailment. I may never be able to mow the lawn again, with a bit of luck.
Oh, so they don't know what's actually wrong with you yet, then?
Well, not yet. They don't always break it to you straight away.
Well, I must say, whatever it is, you look very well on it. You've got a very good tan.
Yes, but underneath this tan, I'm as pale as anything. I was in terrible pain a couple of hours ago.
Funny thing, pain. Yes, it certainly is. It comes and goes. That's true. Comes, goes.
When you think about it, it's amazing how it always knows exactly when to come and when to go.
What are you talking about?
Well, how it always comes when you feel ill, yet it always goes when you feel well.
Ah! Oh! It's come again! What's that?
It's all right, it's gone.
You know, pain is the human body's warning system. A sudden pain in the right hand from touching a hot object, and a message zooms up to your brain within a millionth of a second.
No, it's less than a millionth, it's only a billionth.
I don't think it's as much as a billionth.
Well, it's certainly no more than a billionth. Might only be a trillionth or a quintillionth.
No, that's ridiculous. How can you know whether it gets there in a millionth, billionth, or a quintillionth?
I read it. Reader's Digest. That's when I read about it in an article called I Am John's Brain. There's a whole series of articles the same, like I Am John's Heart, I Am John's Lung, I Am John's Right Leg.
John who?
No, it never says John who. It's obvious. It wouldn't, would it?
Well, why not?
Well, he probably wants to remain anonymous. It could be very embarrassing for poor old John otherwise, going round knowing that everyone has been reading about his personal medical details.
Well, it still sounds daft to me. Lungs and right legs can't talk.
Anyway, the point is, the pain registers in your brain straight away, you see. Now, the message gets there in a time so short, we can't imagine it.
Exactly. Just as well we don't have to use the post office, isn't it? If it was the post office delivering the message to our brains, it would take days. We touch a hot object on Tuesday, and on Friday you go, oh! If it was first class. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It's a wonderful thing, the human body.
Certainly is. We couldn't do without it.
We've come a long way since the Middle Ages.
Yes, we have come a long... Pardon?
I said we've come a long way since the Middle Ages.
Yes, you're right. What's he on about?
What's the Middle Ages got to do with it? They didn't have a national health service in the Middle Ages. They didn't even have chemists then.
Ah, they did. They had apothecaries in those days. I read it. Reader's Digest. The apothecary used to make up the medicine from the prescription, just like a chemist does today.
Oh, come off it. 99% of the people were illiterate. Nobody would have been able to read a prescription in those days.
Well, you can't read one these days either.
All right, gentlemen, time for bed.
Oh, what do you mean, time for bed? We've been in bed for the last week.
You know what I mean. Lights out. Come on now, down the bed.
Now, wait a minute.
Go to sleep now.
There must be a mistake somewhere, matron. It's still daylight. How can you switch the lights out? They haven't been on yet.
It's 21:30 hours, Mr. Worth, and at 21:30 hours, lights go out. Now stop quibbling and go to sleep.
Wait, 21:30 hours? What is that in English time?
In English time, it is still 21:30 hours, 9:30.
This decimalization, isn't it? I know the clock should never have gone metric. It put everything out of joint, you know. It's bad enough, all this business about British summertime starting at 2 o'clock in the morning.
What's so terrible about that?
I get so tired staying up till 2 just to put the clocks forward.
Be that as it may, Mr. Worth, the blinds are being drawn and you've all got to go to sleep.
But I did not arrive till 9 o'clock, and not my fault. We would have been earlier if it hadn't been for that silly signpost in the hospital driveway.
What silly signpost in the hospital driveway?
The one that says accident, black spot.
That signpost is there to prevent accidents.
It didn't. We collided with it. Would it be possible to have some water, please?
There's a jug of drinking water by your bedside, Mr. Worth.
Eh? Ah, you mean that jug with the dahlias in it?
Oh, what made you put dahlias in that jug?
Because they are so much nicer than chrysanthemums. I thought it was a vase.
Well, you should have asked first, really, putting flowers into a water jug. Now stop talking and go to sleep.
That intellectual discussion we were having has made me quite tired.
Yes, I got rather tired of it as well. I should be glad to get some shut-eye.
Wait a minute. You can't go to sleep yet. It's only 9:30. The night is young. Can't we talk a bit more? I don't feel a bit tired.
Well, I do. I don't feel like talking anymore, so go to sleep.
Yes, I'm all in too. Let's call it a day.
Oh, no, come on. You aren't really...
Stop talking and go to sleep.
Good night, then, Mr. Worcestershire.
Good night, George. Good night, Mr. Piggott.
Good night, Mr. Worth.
Good night, Mr. Worcestershire.
Good night, Mr. Worth.
Sleep tight, Mr. Worcestershire.
Yes, sleep tight.
Pleasant dreams, Mr. Piggott.
Yes, yes.
See you in the morning, Mr. Worcestershire. Good night, then. Oh,
Mr. Worth, go to sleep.
pardon?
He said go to sleep.
Sorry, I can't hear you properly. I haven't got my glasses on.
Please stop whispering, Mr. Worth.
Very well. I said I can't hear you. I haven't got my glasses on.
Just go to sleep.
Right. Good night, then.
Good night.
What is it? What is it?
I just opened my eyes, looked out, and there, at the side of my bed, was this horrible, evil grin staring at me.
You must have been dreaming, Mr. Worth.
I wasn't dreaming. I can still see it.
That's my false teeth in a glass. I do wish you'd look properly before you wake everyone up.
What time is it now?
Well, it's 10 minutes past the last time you asked, which was 10 minutes after the time before that.
I'm very sorry. You see, I'm having great difficulty in getting to sleep.
You're not the only one. Oh, please, just be quiet and give the rest of us a chance.
You see, it's this change of surroundings. Normally, I don't have any problems nodding off at all. I suppose it's because I'm in hospital.
Well, why don't you try counting sheep jumping over a fence, Mr. Worth? That often helps.
Yes, count sheep.
Count sheep? Now, thank that is a good idea. I never thought of that. Right, that's what I'll do then. I'll count sheep. Good night, then.
Good night.
Good night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, for pity's sake, look, can't you count them in your head?
Well, I'm very sorry. I'm having great difficulty in seeing the sheep. You see, I am not wearing my glasses. Would you object? And if you do object, please say so. Have you any objections if I counted elephants instead?
Oh, anything, Mr. Worth, anything, but just be quiet.
I'll be quiet. 1 elephant. 2 elephants. 3 elephants.
What is it, Mr. Worth?
You should see this endless line of elephants jumping over a fence. It's very funny.
Not very funny for us, Mr. Worth.
I'm very sorry. I'll be quiet.
Oh, blast.
Now, what's the matter?
Well, I can't get to sleep now. I'm wide awake. It's your fault. All this talk about evil grins and lumbering elephants. It's all your fault, Mr. Worth. Mr. Worth? Mr. Worth? Mr. Worth!
He's asleep.
Asleep? Well, wake him up.
Oh, why?
Well, if I can't get to sleep, he's not getting to sleep. Look, here, Mr. Worth. Mr. Worth!
What? What is it?
Well, I think you were asleep, Mr. Worth.
I was? That's amazing. I hadn't even noticed. Must have been those elephants. Counting elephants makes you sleep very heavily.
Yes, well, I don't think it's fair that one of us should sleep and not the rest of us.
Yeah, quite right.
So as from now, nobody falls asleep unless we all fall asleep. Agreed?
Agreed. Off we go then. On the count of 3, we all fall asleep. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, sleep. No good, I'm not asleep.
No, neither am I.
Well, no, let's give up. Let's try it once again. 1, 2, 3, sleep.
Well, this is no good.
There's only one thing to do. All together. 1 elephant, 2 elephants, 3 elephants. 4,103 elephants. 4,104 elephants. Stop, it's no use. I'm very tense. It'll be hours before I'm off. I'll tell you what. Someone will have to sing us to sleep. Sing a lullaby. Otherwise I shall go out of my mind.
My mother used to do that.
What, go out of her mind?
sing me to sleep.
Yes, so did mine. Come on, we've got nothing to lose. Look, I will sing you a lullaby. Lie back, close your eyes. That's it. Now, for all those who cannot sleep in the Florence Nightingale ward at Hammersmith General Hospital, here is Harry Worthingby in bed to sing.
No, get on with it, Mr. Worth.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and all.
You call that a lullaby? Babies falling out of trees?
My mother used to sing it.
And that used to send you to sleep?
It used to frighten the living daylights out of me.
Well, why did she sing it, Mr. Worth?
Because it was the only one that she knew.
Well, if that was the only one she knew and it didn't get you to sleep, what did she do?
She used to send for my granny.
What for?
It was always guaranteed to send her to sleep. I'll tell you what, here's an idea. What about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star?
What about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star?
It's another lullaby I've just remembered.
Oh, give it a try, Mr. Worth.
Very well. My second number for all those in...
Oh, cut out the introductions, please.
Yes, just give us the lullaby.
Very well, I'll do that. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Right, anybody asleep yet?
Look like it. Oh, my head. Look, aren't there any sleeping pills we can take?
Ah! Sleeping pills, yes, of course. Now, there's a little packet of pills in this cupboard next to my bed.
Oh.
Well, they might be sleeping pills.
Well, throw them over here. I'll have a look.
Right. There it comes.
Oh, brilliant. You've burst the box.
And all the little round pills have gone all over the floor, under my bed. Hang on. I think I can just reach the box. What does it say? Pet pills guaranteed to keep you fresh and wide awake. Oh, that's marvellous, that is.
Did I hear voices?
It's all right. We're not awake. We were talking in our sleep.
Oh, I see. That's all right, then.
Well, good. I don't think she noticed we were all still awake. Come on, lie. Let's try it just once more. Just one more time. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Go to sleep, my baby. Close your weary eyes.
Right, gentlemen, here we are then. Come along now.
Eh? Really, matron, what is it? We were all nodded off then. For the first time tonight, we all dozed off. What is it you want? Why did you wake us up?
I brought you all some sleeping pills.
Oh, no.
Right, wakey, wakey, everybody. 6 o'clock. Come on, time to wake up.
Oh, morning, matron.
Oh, that's it, Mr. Worcestershire, Mr. Piggott. Now, come along. Wake up, Mr. Worth.
Oh, but is it morning already? Still seems like last night to me.
Oh, what a night. We must have got about 2.5 hours sleep between the lot of us. All thanks to our friend, Mr. Worth, here.
Now, with respect, you can hardly blame me. It's not my fault. The sheep and elephants weren't on form last night. After all, I sang you a lullaby, didn't I? I'm a sick man, remember. No doubt matron has come in now to tell me the results of my x-rays. Haven't you, matron?
Oh, just a minute, Mr. Worth. Mr. Worcestershire...
No, you can tell me. It's all right.
Just a moment, Mr. Worth. I think what we're going to have to do, Mr. Worcestershire...
Yeah, don't worry, I can take it. I'm not one of those types who get worried and start to panic. I don't panic.
I will be with you in a moment, Mr. Worth. Now, Mr...
Matron!
Don't shout, Mr. Worth.
Shout? I'm not shouting. Oh, I am shouting.
Now, what is it, Mr. Worth?
I just want the facts, Ma'am. Tell me the facts.
Well, the facts are...
No, I don't want to hear them.
The facts are, Mr. Worth, that we are very short of beds, and you are occupying a bed.
Stop. Don't tell me. You'd rather I went home to my own bed and lay there and just waited and waited. Tell me, matron, how long have I got?
Well, if you could be out of the bed by 7:30, we'd be very much obliged.
No, I mean, how long have I got?
There is nothing wrong with your back, Mr. Worth. You're as healthy as...
As what?
As the Bank of England.
I must be in a bad way.
Now, look, will you please get up and leave, Mr. Worth? That bed could be put to use for some much more needy person.
Here, here.
Very well. All right. I can take hints. Right then. I'll take my leave. I'll be off.
Yes, goodbye.
Goodbye. All the best.
Yes, 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 all the best.
See you again sometime.
Goodbye, Mr. Worth.
Take care of yourselves.
Mr. Worth, you haven't got out of bed yet.
Oh, I'd better get out carefully. I don't want to fall over, put my back out again. Otherwise, I shall be back in bed for another week.
Oh, don't talk about it, please.
Right, here goes. Out we get.
Wait, Mr. Worth. Mind all those pills on the floor. Oh, you're going to slip over.
That was a close one. I saw them just in time.
Now, come over here, Mr. Worth. Let's just check you're perfectly fit before you get dressed. Right now, can you bend over?
Yes, I can.
Good. Can you swivel from side to side?
Yes, I can.
Can you touch your toes?
Yes, I can.
Right, okay, you can get up now.
No, I can't.
What do you mean?
Put my back out again, matron. I can't straighten up properly.
Oh, dear. Well, we'd better get him back into bed.
Oh, now, don't be like that. Matron, gentlemen, cheer up. Things could be worse.
Things Could Be Worse starred Harry Worth with John Graham, Nigel Lambert and Miriam Margolyes. The script was written by David McKellar and David Renwick, and the programme produced by Simon Brett.
It's a Fair Cop was the first radio series to star Eric Sykes. By this time, he was already very well known and had starred in his own TV series. He had written numerous other comedy shows for radio since the end of the Second World War, including material for Frankie Howerd, who in 1947 performed the first sketch of Sykes's ever accepted, the Two Elephants sketch. However, Sykes didn't write It's a Fair Cop himself. John Junkin and Terry Nation, later to create the Daleks, wrote the scripts. Set in Blossom Hill Police Station, Sykes plays a constable answerable to his superior, Sergeant Derek Geiler, who in turn is answerable to Superintendent Leonard Williams.
It's a fair cop. Right, it's me again. Oh, Sergeant.
We present Eric Sykes in It's a Fair Cop, a story of the relentless war against crime being fought even at this very moment by one of the humblest members of our police forces.
Hello, Sergeant. Mr. Pringle.
Oh, hello, Hut. How is he?
Oh, just the same. He just lies in bed trying to look like Camille.
We brought him some stuff. Books and that sort of thing.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Well, come out and see him.
Oh,
thank you.
Thanks very much. Yes, well, what did the doctor say then?
Oh, fat lot of good he was. Left a bottle of medicine and said take a spoonful after every meal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've taken the dose religiously, but it doesn't seem any better.
Don't you think you should have given it to Eric?
Oh, dear, do you think that's what he meant? Oh, well, I better go down to the chemist and get some more. Well, you go in. He'll be glad to see you, I know.
Right. Come in.
Ah, hello, Sykes.
Hello, Sarge. I'm glad you came. I just want you to know that if I don't pull through, I want you to have my ballpoint pen. And Pringle, lad, come closer. You can have my pin-up picture. There she is, with best wishes, Margaret Rutherford.
Oh, come on now, don't take on like that. Oh. As a matter of fact, I think you look very well. Better than I've seen you for a long time. Just a minute. Have your cheeks always been sunk in like that?
They're not sunk in. I've got classic cheekbones, that's all.
We brought you some books.
Oh, a film magazine.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Who's that bint on the cover?
Eh? Oh, yes. Yes, I fancy that.
Oh, very nice, isn't it, eh? Is that a low-cut dress she's wearing, or am I seeing things?
Both.
Who is she?
It says, lovely Italian star Marabella Poloni.
Oh, she's my favourite. Since when?
Since now. That's what I call a woman. That's a woman, that is.
Seeing the way she's dressed, there's not much doubt about that, is there? Well, I never did. I didn't know she was as good-looking as that. I shall look forward to seeing her on Saturday.
Saturday? Has she got a picture on at the Electric Cinema, then?
No. She's coming here.
Here? In my bedroom? Quick, where's me brush and comb? Quick, get me brilliantine.
No,
under these
Sykes.
socks.
No, listen, lad, not here. Blossom Hill. She's coming to Blossom Hill.
What for?
Well, she's performing the opening ceremony at the new community centre. Tell the truth, we were hoping you'd be fit for that, you know, because we'll need every man we can get.
And she'll be there, will she? Oh, I'm feeling better already.
Here, steady on. You'll do yourself a nasty turn.
No, I'm fine. Look, there's a fiddle.
Right. Right. Stop swinging on the curtain rail. Really feeling better, eh?
Top of the world.
Good. Then you can do your point duty this afternoon.
Oh, just another twinge there. Give me till Saturday and I'll be right as rain.
Well, if you're really not up to your point duty, I don't think I'd better call you out on Saturday.
Oh, but...
No. It'll be a long day, and I don't want to bring on a relapse.
Oh.
It's all right, lad. I look after the whole thing. Miss Bella Polona included. So you can just stay with... Sykes, what are you doing?
Where's my helmet?
Sykes.
My armband.
Now, just a minute.
My truncheon, right?
Sykes, where do you think you're going?
I'm going downtown to do my point duty.
Very commendable, lad. Just one thing.
What?
Do you think it's right to do it in your nightshirt?
Tom! Hello, Tom. How's your feet?
Oh, my feet. Oh, don't ask me about my feet.
All right, I won't.
Too late, you have. Oh, they're like balloons. They are big, red, horrible balloons.
Oh, why did you have to start him on it, Sykes?
It's working for the post office what's done it. When I started 27 years ago, my feet were things of beauty. Like flowers. Beautiful, well-formed they was. People would come from miles round to see them, you know. But look at them now. Here, just look at them now.
Yeah, don't take your boots off in here, Tom.
Mocking's catching, young Sykes. It could happen to you. It's a sad thing for a man to have to sit and watch his feet grow old before their time.
Well, all right, Tom. Been very nice talking to you, lad. Cheerio.
I don't know why he goes on like that. All he does is sit in that ruddy van all day.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Here's your post.
Oh, well, we've got quite a bundle here today, then, haven't we? Right, sort them out. What have we got?
5 soap vouchers. 3 football coupons. And a circular from a man who will sell us a reconditioned sewing machine for only twice the price of a new one. No. There's a letter here addressed to the station sergeant in charge.
Ah, that's me, lad. That's me. Right, let's see then. Oh, dear.
What's it say, Sarge?
Yeah, I'll read that.
Dear sir or madam. Who's that, then?
Us.
Oh. Which am I?
Oh, never mind. Read on.
If that wicked Italian woman is going to flaunt herself round Blossom Hill, I shall do her a mischief. All the best, a well-wisher.
Yes, what do you think of that, then?
He writes a nice letter, doesn't he?
Never mind that. The point is, what are we going to do about it?
I don't know. I suppose we'll just have to give her protection while she's here. Keep him away.
Yes, unless we can track him down first.
Track him down?
Yes, find out who he is and stop him. Mind you, won't be easy.
I don't see why not. All you've got to do is look up a well-wisher in the phone book.
That's not his name.
Oh. Well, let's see. Wait a bit. This'll be dead easy. Look at this handwriting. There can't be many people who print like that.
It's typewritten, you great oaf.
Oh.
Any other bright suggestions?
Well, let's see the envelope. Ah, look here. Sarge, there's something here. See the postmark?
Yeah, what about it?
It's Mr. Stamp. If we steam it off, we can use it again.
Be realistic, lad. Don't you realize this letter constitutes a threat to Miss Bella Paloma's life? Well, we've hardly got to track this fella down or stop him getting to her. It's a big responsibility. Now, what should we do first?
Put the kettle on.
Right, put the kettle... What for?
Well, how else can we steam this stamp off?
Our train should be here in a minute. Now, Sykes, this is a job not to be taken lightly. We have to protect Miss Bella Paloma from what may be a raving maniac. We're her bodyguard.
Oh, and what a smashing body to go. At the first sign of any danger, I'll drag her into a secluded corner.
When you drag her into a secluded corner, that'll be the first sign of any danger.
The train arriving at platform doors. The cab check in. The cab depart.
Oh, well, that'll be hers, then. Here they come. Now, she's been told to look out for us and not to hang about the platform. Super said she was very nervous when he rang her and told her about the letter.
Look, that's her. Oh, she must be nervous, wearing a Mae West on a train.
Sykes, she is not wearing a Mae West.
Oh.
Oh, come on, let's go and meet her. Oh, Miss Bella Paloma?
Yes, that's right. Who are you?
Oh, we are police officers. I'm Sergeant Green. This is PC6.
Oh, how do you do?
Well, say, how do you do, Sykes? Manners, Sykes.
How long are you going to stay in my room? What's all this protection nonsense?
Well, it's this fella, you see, madam. He's going to punch you up.
Oh, that's right. So no man frighten me. I remember my first husband. Or was it my fifth?
How many husbands have you had?
Oh, 4 of my own and 3 of someone else's. Anyway, like I said, my first husband, he hates me.
Oh, he threatened you, did he?
He did more. He sent to my room the biggest gangster all Rome. He had 2 guns, 3 stiletto, and a bomb. I pleaded with him, I begged him.
What happened?
He became my 5th husband.
Why, you've lived a rich, full life. Have you always been in show business?
No. I did not make my first X picture until I was 9.
9?
No, well, I was a lead developer.
As a matter of fact, I've always fancied myself in pictures, acting and that. I've been on telly,
You've what? You've never.
I have.
You never.
I have. I was behind the goal in the 1957 Cup final.
Was that you, Sykes?
Did you see me? I had a funny hat on.
And a big rattle and a rosette in your...
Yes, that was me.
Well, I never did. You were very good, You made funny faces, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
I did the lot. Cartwheels standing on my head.
Yeah.
I was waving at the camera.
Marvellous.
Did you see the whole game?
Aye.
Who won?
Look, when you two finish discussing your show business career, I'd like something to eat.
To eat? Oh, yes, of course. I'll get on the phone to room service. Hello? Hello? I'd like to speak to the Maitre d' Hotel. Oh, hello, Jack. We want some exotics, cough. Yeah, now what's on the menu? Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes? Uh-huh. Fine.
Well, what have they got?
Egg and chips.
Egg chips? I don't want egg chips. I want a good meal, something unusual or something strange.
Well, there's not much stranger than Jack's egg and chips.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want a proper sit-down knife and fork high tea, we'd better go to the Spanish buttery.
Oh, that sounds better. Do they have a good chef?
Oh, it's Jack. He doubles, you see. But he's got a lot more scope there. They have 2 gas rings.
Oh, well, I suppose it's better than nothing.
Right, well, Sykes, ring down and tell Pringle to bring the car around, will you? You know, if you're very lucky, Miss Bella Polona, we might persuade Jack to do his speciality for you.
Oh.
Pizza Trattoria alla Monte Bellafiore.
Oh, sounds wonderful. What is it?
Egg and chips.
Here we are then, the Spanish Buttery. Come on, I'm starving.
Pringle, you can't go into the Spanish Buttery. You know the rules. Nobody's allowed in unless they're wearing a tie.
Well, I am wearing a tie.
Yeah, but it's holding your trousers up. Now, you stop here and look after the car.
Oh, I'll come out this side. Otherwise, the other door falls off. Here, let me help you down.
Oh, thank you very much, Sergeant.
Not you. Signorina?
Oh, grazie.
After you.
Bonsoir, madame, monsieur.
No, thanks. We'll just have something to eat.
A table for 3, eh? This way, please.
Go on, Sykes, go on. Follow the king penguin.
Here we are. May I have monsieur's coat? Monsieur. Your coat, monsieur.
Eh? What do you want?
Your coat, monsieur.
Now, is that daft? It'll never fit you. But hang on, you. I'm very deceptive, you know. All the muscles, that's what it is.
Look, he wants to hang it up, Sykes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Monsieur. Here.
Merci, monsieur.
Now then, what about the nosh?
Certainly, table d'hôte or à la carte?
Yes. What does that mean, Sarge?
Oh, well, table d'hôte means off the hot plate, and à la carte means they bring it round on a trolley.
Oh, well, look, could we have a look at the menu, please? Ah, that's better. Oh, there's plenty to choose from here.
Perhaps you will order for me. Now, wish to go and make up my face. Do so.
Stand up, Sykes, stand up.
Are we going?
Yes, great, man. Look at her go, Sykes. What about that for a wiggle?
She's knocking salt cellars from the tables on both sides of the game.
That dress is a bit tight, isn't it? I bet it makes her feel uncomfortable.
Oh, it has much the same effect on me. Oh, well, back to the menu. What are we going to have, Sarge?
Trouble, I should think. It's all in French. Wait a minute. Don't worry, though. I know how to bluff these lads, you know. What? Waiter?
Monsieur?
Oh, there you are, lad. Yes, well, now, we'll have some of this, a little bit of that, and some of this.
Certainly, monsieur. You want roast potatoes, boiled potatoes, and fried potatoes.
Well, yes.
Oh, well, so much for your bluff. Let me have a go. Let's see now. Eeny, meeny, miny. Wait, we'll have 3 of these, please, and be quick about it, my good monsieur.
Certainly, monsieur.
Right. They do it in style, don't they? Look at all these knives and forks and... Hello, what are these?
Oh, napkins.
Oh, for customers with babies. Now, isn't that thoughtful?
Oh, Sykes, you're just a burden, lad. That's what you are to me.
Here I am. Have you ordered?
Oh, we picked something out I think you'll enjoy.
Oh, Branham, so much want a good meal.
Oh, here it comes. Bit posh, isn't it? Under a big tin lid and all.
Excuse me.
It smells wonderful.
Voila.
Oh!
Out of the whole menu, did you have to pick egg and chips?
Well, how was I?
Oh, don't just sit there. Come on, she's getting into the car. Pringle's driving up now.
Oh, look at this.
Gentlemen, please, a moment. What am I to do with these 3 helpings of egg and chips?
You tell him and I'll have you dismissed from the force. Now, come on.
I'm dead beat. How much longer are we going to go on looking, Sarge?
Till we find them.
Oh.
When I rang the Manchester police, they said the car had been seen in this district.
Hello. Pringle must have driven down this street.
How do you know?
Every second car has got a dent on its offside. I think we're onto something.
Oi! Oi, over here!
There he is. Look, over there.
Right, come on.
Am I glad to see you?
You great twitch, driving off like that. Now, where's Miss Bella Polona?
Oh, she's going to a nightclub.
Nightclub?
Yes. Norman's Naughty Nightery with the 9 nifty news.
Oh, where's that?
Over there in the cellar of the YMCA.
Oh, you didn't let her go to that place?
Well, it's got a terrible reputation.
I couldn't stop her. She's got a mind of her own.
And a body.
Sykes, get your mind off that lad. Take a tranquilizer. This is serious. Pringle, are you sure she's still in there?
Certain. I'll be watching the door every moment.
Right, Sykes, we shall just have to raid the place.
Oh, marvellous. I've never been on a raid before. How do we approach it? Do we do a Mark Sabre or an M squad?
Well, I don't know, lad. You know, I see it more of a Dixon, really, with overtones of Superintendent Lockhart.
Oh, yes.
Still, I mean, we'll take it as it comes, you know. We don't need it. Yeah, synchronize your watches.
Hey, wind them up.
Wind them up, yes. It's exactly 11:51 and 10 seconds. Now, what time have you got?
Same as you. 5 past Mickey Mouse.
You'll have to get another watch, won't you? Right, now, come on.
See you later, Pringle.
Now, don't let on we're police till we get past the dawn. Right. Here we go. Evening, gentlemen. Evening.
What a nice fella, Sergeant.
Oh, shut up. Now then. Stay where you are, everybody. This is a police raid. I say this is a police raid. Stay where you are. This is a... Wait. Look, I can't hear myself think with that music going on. Go over there and stop it.
Right. Oh, excuse me. Liberace.
Have your request, sir?
Would you mind shutting up?
I beg your pardon.
Stop playing.
I can't do that, sir. I've got to do an L card selection, followed by a potpourri from salad jazz.
Do you know this is a police raid?
I don't think I do, sir. How does it go?
Sykes, quick.
What is it, Sarge? Have you found her?
Oh, look, we might as well give up, Sykes. She's not here. We're only making fools of ourselves.
Just a tick, Sergeant. What's behind that door over there?
I don't know where.
Where? Look, where that fella's just come out. Looks a right shifty customer. There you are. Look, he's shifted again.
Oh, it's a waiter, I think, that's all. It's probably be the kitchen.
Perhaps she's been hidden in there.
Just might as well try. Right, come on.
Buonasera, gentlemen.
Oh, there you are.
Well, what are you doing here? Are you all right?
Has this fella tried to attack you?
No.
Why not? What's wrong with him?
No, you not understand. It is Giuseppe. I was so angry and so upset when I ran away. And now remember, Giuseppe work here, and Giuseppe he lives in Napoli.
Why, he's got a long trip to work in the morning, hasn't he?
Oh, no, Giuseppe, he come from my hometown. So I think I'll come here, have a good meal, and I'll talk about the old town. Where's Giuseppe?
Si, very nice.
Yes, well, you've given us the fright of our lives, I can tell you.
I'm sorry.
Yes, well, if you don't mind, I think we'd better be getting you back to the hotel.
Sure, okay, I'm ready. But first, I must pay Giuseppe for my lovely meal.
No, please, Mara. Have a dish with me, because I'm so glad to see you. And anyway, what do you want? Only egg and chips?
Egg and chips. You comfortable here now, are you, Miss Bella Polona?
Si, thank you. It's a very nice room.
Yes, well, you needn't worry about that letter writer because P.C. Sykes will be on duty out in the hall all night.
Oh, that's good. All right. Arrivederci, Sergeant.
Yes, good night, miss. All right then, Sykes.
I'll see you in the morning, Sarge.
All right. Now remember, this is a responsible job. So keep alive, keep alert, keep awake. Night.
Night. Keep alive, keep alert, keep awake. Keep alive, keep alert, keep awake. Keep alive, keep alert, keep awake. Keep alive.
There's an old mill by the sea. Melody.
Hello, what's that?
Where we used to
Oh, no.
Melody.
Look, what are you doing here?
I've come to read the gas meter.
What for?
Well, the library's closed, and I always like to read something before I go to bed.
Look, if you want to read, you ought to carry a book around with you.
I did once, but they bulged my pockets.
Have you ever tried a paperback?
No. I once tried a cardboard front when my shirt didn't come back from the laundry.
Cardboard front?
Yes. What do you call them?
Dickie.
How did you know my name?
Is that your name, then?
No, my name is Shrouded in Secrecy.
Really?
Yes, silly name, isn't it? Jim Shrouded in Secrecy. It's French, you know.
What is?
The Eiffel Tower.
Mr. Secrecy, that's neither here nor there.
It may not be here, but it's certainly there.
Where?
New York.
What is?
The Statue of Liberty.
What's the Statue of Liberty got to do with the Eiffel Tower?
I don't know. What has the Statue of Liberty got to do with the Eiffel Tower?
Well, I don't know.
Then why do you ask riddles if you don't know the answer? You're a very odd man.
Am I?
Can you hold an intelligent conversation?
Of course.
Well, hold this one. I've got to get home and read my gas meter. Good night.
Are you up, Miss Bellapalone? Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey.
See, I'm all at rest and rest.
Oh. Well, oh.
Hello. You like a madre? What's the matter? You like it or not?
Well, it's hard to say, really. There's not enough of it to judge, is there?
Oh, you think it shows too much leg? I'll pull it down a little, yeah?
No. Oh, that was a very nasty moment. Tell me, will you be wearing anything else?
You think I need something else?
Well, let me put it this way. I thought you were opening the Civic Centre, not riding round on a horse to get the income tax cut. Still, I suppose you know best.
See, are we ready to leave?
Oh, not yet, no. The sergeant and Pringle will be here with the car in an hour.
An hour to wait? Well, what shall we do to pass the time?
Well, we could play Consequences.
Oh, come now. Surely we can find something better to do. After all, I'm a woman and you're a man.
Oh. Well, we've got nothing in common, really, then, have we?
Oh, come along. Sit down beside me and we will try to find something.
Oh, all right. Righto.
What's the matter?
Well, now. Hey, up, what's that smell?
That's my perfume.
Oh, it pongs a bit, doesn't it?
Well, it's very exclusive. I pay 12 guineas a bottle, no bigger than a thimble.
Oh, you've been gypped, you are. Hattie gets a gallon jar of her sent for 3 and 9. Very potent stuff it is, too. It's useful for stripping paint as well.
Oh, but this is special. It's called Bacciame.
Really? Makes your eyes water, doesn't it?
In Italian, Bacciame means kiss me.
Oh. Seen the papers this morning?
Kiss me.
Seem to be having a little trouble in China.
Kiss me.
Well, this fellow wants to be president or something.
Kiss me.
Oh, righto, then. All right? Well, anyway, this fellow wants to be president.
Oh, magnifico, bellissimo. Oh, where did you learn to kiss her like that?
Well, in school, as a matter of fact.
What sort of school do you go to?
Dock Street Junior Council School. But we used to have to suck our milk up through bent straws.
This is so good. Now, I'll kiss you.
Stop it. Well, hang on, stop.
What's the matter?
I wasn't sitting comfortably. Right. Now we'll begin. And...
Well, there she goes. She's away. That's a good day's work. Well done.
Why, you're not kidding. Especially this morning.
Oh, stop going on about that, will you?
She kissed me.
We know. we know. You've told us 27 times. You refuse to wash your face, and there's so much lipstick and guff on it, you look like a Cherokee Indian. Will you stop harping?
Well, you're only jealous.
I am not jealous. As far as I'm concerned, she's been merely a job of work to me.
What?
Yes, and that's all she should have been to you. Our instructions were merely to protect her, so don't go making a big thing about it.
Well,
let's face it, you wouldn't even have met her at all if it hadn't been for that anonymous letter.
Aye. I've got a letter to thank that letter for. And I'll tell you this for nothing.
What?
I'm blooming glad I wrote it.
Bleak Expectations is a radio for comedy series that premiered in August 2007. It is a pastiche of the works of Charles Dickens, such as Bleak House and Great Expectations, from which it derives its name, as well as adventure, science fiction, and costume dramas set in the same period. Bleak Expectations parodies several of their plot devices whilst simultaneously tending toward a surreal humor along the lines of The Goon Show. The series has also demonstrated a fondness for allusions to and parodies of the films of Alec Guinness, particularly the Edwardian satire Kind Hearts and Coronets.
Bleak Expectations by Mark Evans. Chapter the first, A Childhood Cruelly Kippered.
Blast this so-called journalist. He's late.
But, Papa, he is not due for a further 3 minutes.
Mr. Sarquill of the Times, sir.
Blast this so-called journalist. He's early.
It is an honour to be here, Sir Philip. Now, if I could just set up my equipment.
Equipment? What can a journalist need other than a pad of paper, a pen, and no soul or integrity of any kind?
Papa, please.
Perhaps I should return another time.
No, like having a tooth pulled or making love to a woman, it is best done quickly or not at all. Set up what you need.
What you are?
Meanwhile, I shall fortify myself. Serve well. A whiskey, if you please.
Might I remind, sir, that it is only 9:30 in the morning?
Quite right. Better make it a brandy.
Of course.
And use the large glass.
Yes, sir. Your drink, sir.
Thank you, sir. Well, I take it the large glass is being washed.
No, it's my fault, Father. I gave it away to a poor beggar family as a new home.
Ah. That would explain this newspaper headline. Family burnt to crisp as giant brandy glass house acts as deadly lens for son.
No! Why does this keep happening? It is like the time I built a paper orphanage and lit it with candles.
I'm ready now, sir.
What exactly does this contraption of yours do?
It is the very latest in recording devices. The sound enters here and is etched onto this wax cylinder so that the conversation may be replayed later. It's called an iWax. I must warn you that the device cannot store much at any one time. I may stop you occasionally to change cylinders.
To change cylinders? Or go prying and snuffling round my home like a rat?
To change cylinders.
I see.
So, if we are ready, you may begin.
There has been much speculation recently as to my origins. Well, now I can...
Stop. Cylinder change. Continue.
Right. Where was I? Oh, yes. There has been much speculation recently as to my...
Stop! Continue.
I completely lost my thread. Oh, yes. Yes. Now, wait a minute. There has been much...
Stop! Continue.
This is intolerable. Enough of your infernal contraption. It's going out of the window. Now, if you want to record my story, you can do it in pen and ink. Understand?
Of course, sir. Pray continue.
Well, then. There has been much speculation...
Stop!
What now?
Out of ink.
You accursed wretch.
I'll use a pencil. Do go on.
Sir. There has been much speculation recently as to my origins.
Oh, dear.
Well, today I hope to set the rumour mill at rest. Stop it grinding the flour of gossip, which makes the bread of scandal, and from that the sandwich of despair. You getting this?
Oh, of course. My pencil hasn't broken, if that's what you're thinking.
I see. And so, I must reveal that my life is other than I have told it until now. Parts are to be found in my writings. A story of 2 towns, miserable mansion, the old shop of stuff, Graham Grambleby. All my books contain clues, apart from Lustful Killer Bees from Mars, which I'll grant you is almost entirely fictional. And so, to begin at the beginning. I was born in 1806, the first child of Thomas and Agnes Binn, conceived the year before in celebration of the victory at Trafalgar.
Well, my dear Agnes, the servants are abed, the British Navy rules the waves, and England expects every man to do his duty this day.
And what might your duty be, Thomas?
I propose to give you a swift broadside amidships.
Do you mean sexual congress? Oh, if we must. Ow!
Do I hurt you, my dear?
Your 3-cornered hat is poking me in the eye.
I am told my birth was easy.
Splendidly played, my love. Incidentally, you seem to have dropped something.
My father's family name being Binn, and my Christian name Philip, my infant tongue could make of both names nothing longer or more explicit than Flip-Top Bin, which soon became shortened to Ip, and then stretched again to Pip. In rapid succession, I was joined by 2 sisters, Pippa and Poppy.
And now we have the 3 children we desired. Perhaps we might cease the intercourse?
Of course, my dear. I shall take up cold showers and botany.
We lived in a large house, and its rooms and corridors brimmed over with laughter and happiness.
That was marvellous. But enough of this room. Now let us laugh and be happy in a corridor. Here we are.
The only cloud on my sunlit horizon was the absence of my father, who spent long periods away on business in the recently discovered North Indies. But whenever he returned, his cases full of gifts, our joy was unrestrained.
Children, great news! Your father is home and he's waiting for you in the front room.
Hurrah! Papa! Ah, children, how good it is to see you. Pip, Papa, Pippa.
Papa.
Poppy.
Papa.
Ah, Pip and Poppy.
Papa.
Poppy and Pippa.
Papa.
Pip and Pippa. Papa. My Pip, Pippa and Poppy. Papa. Presents. I bring presents for my Pip, Pippa and Poppy.
Oh, Papa.
A Poppy, a puppy.
A puppy, Papa.
A puppy, Poppy. For Pippa, pipe. A pipe, Papa.
Oh.
A pipe, Pip. And for Pippa, an anvil.
Oh.
We never lacked for anything. While other families struggled for the most basic amenities, we bathed in jam.
Bath time, Pip.
Strawberry, my favourite.
We slept in goose-down beds so luxurious the down was still attached to the geese.
Well, I'm all toasty warm.
It's all right for you. My mattress has just migrated south for winter.
When my father was home, we received many distinguished visitors. There were my father's two business partners, Mr. Parsimonious.
Bah, humbug.
Who was, ironically, incredibly generous.
For you, young Pip, and toffees for Poppy and Pippa. Money. Who wants some money? Have a sixpence, Pip. Now, dash it, have 5 guineas. And gin. All must have gin. Now, who wants this miniature horse?
And Mr. Gently Benevolent.
Ah, young Pip.
Who was, ironically, a complete bastard.
Get out of my way or find yourself horsewhipped.
Yes, Mr. Benevolent.
There was also my father's lawyer, a man so distinguished that his name took fully 20 minutes to say.
Why, Mr. Wickham, Pierce, Forberton, Fenugreek, Chesapeake, Twizzletown, Montmorency, Aurelius, Parkorden, Chesapeake. Beastworthy, Fenelham, Jones, how nice it is to see you.
The pleasure is all mine, Mrs. Benn. And how are you, young Pip?
I am well, thank you, Mr. Wickham, Post, Forberton, Fenugreek, Chesapeake, Twisselton, Montmorency, Aurelius, Parkorden, Jestis...
As a lawyer, he charged by the hour. So his name was his greatest asset. But my father could afford it. He was rich, we were happy, and it seemed it would continue forever. How wrong I was.
That anvil Father gave you has proved most useful. Yes, I do so enjoy my metal work.
I see you have made a tiny horseshoe.
No, I have made a regular-sized dog shoe for Poppy's puppy. Thanks to you and your anvil, one day all the creatures of the world will be properly shod. That is my intention. Pip, could you fetch me that pile of horseshoes?
Of course, dear Pippa. Where should I put them?
Oh, just find a space somewhere.
I know. If I can just squeeze under this ladder. Oh, damn that black cat. He's going to make me trip. Ah!
Mind the mirror. What have you done, Pip? Now all our luck will run out.
Don't talk nonsense.
Children, terrible news. Your father is dead.
Ah.
And so the perfectly knitted sweater of my childhood started to unravel. A few weeks later, we learned exactly what had happened from Mr. Benevolent.
Yes, well, it was all his own fault, really. Bloody idiot, your father. And now he's dead. No loss, really.
It is to us, Mr. Benevolent.
Cowards, eh?
Please, tell us what happened.
Very well. Your father had created a hotel in the Indies made entirely of monkeys.
Monkeys?
Yes, monkeys. He trained them to stand on each other's shoulders and heads and bind themselves together to form a rigid but flexible framework. It was a triumph, this monkey hotel, and then someone opened up a factory right next to it.
So?
So it was a peanut and banana factory. The monkeys went berserk. Your father was torn limb from limb in their frenzy.
But who could have done such a stupid and evil thing?
No idea. Peanut and banana treat, anyone?
The rooms and corridors, once so full of laughter and happiness, now echoed only to the sounds of misery and woe.
Enough of this room. Now let us be miserable and woeful in a corridor. Here we are.
While I and Pippa and Poppy grieved, my mother sank into a melancholy that grew worse each day.
Mamma, are you all right?
Quite all right, thank you, Pip. Now run along.
But, Mamma, you have been sat in this cupboard for 3 days now.
That is because this is the linen cupboard and I'm a piece of linen.
No, you're not. You're my mother.
Fie upon you. I am not your mother, for I am a prettily patterned tablecloth and my children are all naughty little napkins. Now leave me. I'm waiting for my husband to return, and he's a terribly dashing double-pleated curtain.
But, Mamma, Father is dead.
Yes, I might have quite a wait.
A few weeks later, Mr. Parsimonious, Mr. Benevolent, and Mr. Wickham Postford, my father's lawyer, paid us a visit.
Your mother is to be committed to an asylum.
No, help me! I haven't been properly ironed. Mother!
Oh, don't be so nauseatingly sentimental.
Mr. Parsimonious, will you not stop this?
I'm afraid I cannot, Pippa. It is a matter of law, not conscience.
What do you mean?
If I may clarify, the estatement of the deceased deady person, including but not excluding or outcluding all chattels, listingtons, possessionries and what we lawyers call stuff, has devolved to the bequestified nominally nominal nominee, nom-nom-nom-nom.
What does that mean?
Let me explain. Your father's will makes me your guardian. I control you, your sisters, and all your father's money.
Surely as his heir it is mine.
Not until you're 18, young Pip.
How can this be so? Mr. Wickham Postforward and
Please, given the circumstances, we can dispense with formality. You may call me Sir. I shall, however, bill you for the entire name.
But what does this mean for us?
Pip is to go to boarding school, and you girls will live with me until you're old enough to be married off or sold to a high-class bordello.
Never! I will never leave our home.
Do not defy me, young puppy.
Never! I tell you, never!
Let her run. It changes nothing.
I shall talk with her.
I, too, must take my leave, but before I go, your father was a dear friend to me, young Pip, and I should like you to have this in his memory.
What is it?
My invoice. Good day.
And so I left my home and family and was sent to Britain's most feared school, St. Bastards. Above the door was the school motto, Orando, flogorando. By praying, by beating. Fear gripped me. A fear that was suddenly eased by a familiar voice.
Young Pip.
Mr. Parsimonious.
The months ahead will be full of darkness for you, and anguish, and probably some actual physical pain. And so I have come to say good luck with all that. And before I go, have these jelly babies and this ham. Oh, and this jewel box will probably come in handy. Oh, and you simply must have these piglets. And now I must go, but not before giving you this encyclopedia and this haunch of venison.
Laden with gifts, I entered the school, where I was taken to see the headmaster, Mr. Hardthrasher.
Enter. Ah, you must be young Pippin. And you bring me gifts. Jelly babies, ham, a jewelled box, some piglets, an encyclopedia and some venison. How kind.
But, sir...
Did I say speak? Did I tell you directly to speak?
No, sir.
You do it again! Did I say speak? Did I? Eh? Did I? I ask you a direct question. And you dare not answer me, boy. Answer me clearly and simply. Did I tell you to speak?
No, sir.
Again you do it! Again you speak!
But you told me to.
Cheek and impudence the like of which I have ne'er heard. You are to be beaten now, boy. Do you hear me? Now, bend over.
Yes, sir.
In the name of the Lord, I do this for your benefit, my boy. Now, where is my cane? Wrong one. Ah, here we are. And if I hear one bleat out of you, you shall be hanged.
As he beat me, I thought of many things. Of my mother and father, of my sisters, of the life I had left behind, but mostly of how there was an angry man hitting me on the bottom with a large stick.
There. It is done. Oh, dear, you fell for that, didn't you, young man? Sorry, it's a bit of a joke I like to play on every new boy. Lets them know I'm not the type of ogre most headmasters are expected to be. What do you think? No, really, did I fool you? You dare speak to me! Did I say you might open your mouth? Did I? Actually, I did. I remember now. So... Welcome to St. Bastards. We have only one rule here, and that is obey every rule. And there are over 8,000 of those. Right, that's it. You can go to your dormitory as soon as I've administered your welcoming beating. Stand up and bend over.
The school day started at 5 o'clock with the ritual waking with sharpened sticks.
Ow! That hurts! Ow!
Stop it!
Followed by the morning ablutions, where we bathed in ice water and used hedgehogs for sponges.
Ow! Oh, that hurts as well! Ow!
You boy, sponge off your groin.
Classes were rigorously streamed, by which I do not mean that selection was according to ability, but that they took place in a stream.
So, Virgil, Aeneid, Book 2, Jenkins, translate.
Yes, sir. A shout ran across the walls of Troy and...
Just because the river is in spate does not give you the excuse to skip lessons. Report to me later for a beating.
Yes, sir.
Sport consisted of the school's own version of rugby football, the horrifically violent bastard ball. The rules were simple. There were 2 teams of as many as you liked fighting over a ball, and the ball was the youngest boy in the school.
I don't want to be the ball. I want my mother.
If your mother loved you, you wouldn't be here. Now lie down and get ready for kick-off.
Each team was divided into 5 groups. The kickers who kicked the ball, the hitters who hit the ball, the punchers who punched the ball, and the pitchforkers and shooters who tried to kill as many of the opposition as possible. Either that or pitchforked and shot the ball. The object of the game was to get the ball to the end of the pitch and shove its head in a bucket of dung. For doing which you scored a bastard. If you complained or were caught breaking one of the 8,000 school rules, you were severely punished.
Shrewsbury Forsdyke, did I just see you running in the corridor?
No, sir.
Why not? Running in the corridor is compulsory between 4:47 and 4:52. I sentence you to the salt mines.
Oh, no!
In the salt mines, boys went mad with thirst. They were often found horribly injured after trying to drink their own heads. I, myself, was lucky. I was never sent to the salt mines. I was only sent to the neighbouring pepper mines. Some boys couldn't take it. One night, we heard Araby crying. He cried all night, and in the morning was found in his bed, completely desiccated. He had cried every bit of moisture out of his body. When we touched him, he crumbled to dust and blew away on the breeze. And there wasn't a boy there who didn't envy him. After a month, I too was close to the edge, when hope presented itself in the guise of a fellow pupil.
Hey, new bug, are you awake? Yes. Who are you? The name's Biscuit, Harry Biscuit. What's your name? Pip Bin. Pip Bin, eh? Pip Bin. Pip Bin. Then I shall call you Pip Bin. What brings you to St. Bastards, Pip Bin?
After my father died, my mother went insane, and my guardian sent me here.
A familiar story. Exactly the same happened to me, and to Scroggins, Beesalem, Frobisher, and Driblington Minor. In fact, to every boy here. I don't suppose you're set to inherit a lot of money when you come of age.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Me too.
You're not
Yup, Harry Biscuit of the Warwickshire Biscuits.
Then your father invented the biscuit.
That he did. Seems like this is a school for rich boys with no dad, a mad mum, and a lot of money in trust.
You mean...
Let me ask you one thing, Pip. How long do you think you'll be here?
Well, until I'm 18, I suppose.
Wrong! You see, Pip-Bin, no one has ever left this school alive. No one. Apart from one boy, and he was dead. You get to 18 and wallop, that's your lot.
Lying there in the darkness, I thought back over the past weeks and realised that Harry Biscuit was right.
Today is Pistleton's birthday, and so the staff have clubbed together and bought him a present. And it's a rather apt one. Pistleton, as you have become a man, we have got you a man trap. Come here and try it out. What a horrible accident. Now, Beasley, it's your 18th birthday tomorrow. Are you looking forward to your trip to the cannon factory?
But it could just be a coincidence.
If it is, it's one so big, it's a coincidorus rex. The thing is, I turn 18 in 2 months, and I don't want to die, so I'm going to need your help to escape, Pip-Bin.
Why me?
Look at the others, all too weak and feeble to do anything. You're still strong. This place hasn't got to you yet.
And how come you're still strong?
Because when I arrived, I weighed 478 pounds.
That's quite a lot.
You're the son of a big biscuit magnate. There's a lot of biscuits floating around. It happens. But 3 years of this place, and I finally slimmed down to the perfect size for my age. Will you help me?
But of course! I shall do everything in my power to help you escape.
Good man. Start planning, Pip-Bin.
I shall, Harry Biscuit.
I sensed at once that I'd made a lifelong friend. The only question was, how long would that life be? We had to escape, and the very next day, it became even more imperative. It was a Wednesday afternoon and time for staff artillery practice, where they used the boys as ammunition for the school howitzer. Dazed, I picked myself up and noticed that my impact had created a small crack in the wall. Then, through that crack, came a familiar sound.
But it cannot be. Pippa? Pippa, is that you?
Pip? Is that you, my brother Pip?
It is. I recognise the sounds of your anvil.
The only reminder I have of our dear papa.
Indeed. But what are you doing here, my Pippa?
I am trapped in this nunnery, St. Bitches.
There is a nunnery next to our school?
There is a school next to our nunnery?
Yes, the one Mr. Benevolent sent me to. But why are you in a nunnery?
No sooner had Mr. Benevolent taken me into his home than he accused me of trying to seduce him. He called me a whore, a Jezebel, and a meretricious harlot, then sent me to live here until I am 18, at which point he will marry me.
I will never let that happen.
If it is any consolation, I think it is most unlikely to occur.
What do you mean?
Tomorrow is Joan of Arc Day in our nunnery.
So?
So, I am to be Joan of Arc.
Quite an honour.
If you like being tied to a stake and burnt to a crisp.
No, I cannot find you again and then lose you so soon.
I fear you might.
No, it will not be. I have a friend here and we are planning an escape. You will come with us.
How?
I don't know, but I will rescue you.
I must go. It is time for 4:43 prayers. But before I do, take this, brother.
What is it?
It is a lucky pigeon shoe.
You are so kind to the animals. And their feet. Do not worry, beloved sister. I shall rescue you.
Luckily, by the time I entered the school, it was 4:49, so no one cared as I ran through the corridors.
Harry, I have news.
Me too.
My sister is in a nunnery next to the school, but tomorrow they're going to burn her at the stake. We have to rescue her. What's your news?
The headmaster's moved my birthday forward by 2 months. I'm 18 tomorrow, and that means I'm going to die.
No! I have already lost my mother and father. I will not now lose my sister and my best friend. Tonight, we escape or die in the attempt.
What happened?
We died in the attempt.
Oh, how awful.
Of course not, you dunderhead. How would I be here if I were dead?
Sorry, your sirship. I pray you, do go on.
Not now. If you return at exactly the same time next week, I shall tell you more.
Of course. It would be an honour.
So, Father, how was it?
Like a treacle enema. Messy, unpleasant, and with not a few sticky patches. But overall, a surprising relief.
Will you unburden yourself to him again?
Indeed. And when he returns, he shall hear of our escape and how I discovered that not everyone was as dead as I had been told.
Bleak Expectations was written by Mark Evans and starred Richard Johnson as Sir Philip Bin, Tom Allen as young Pip, Anthony Head as Mr. Benevolent, Celia Imrie as Agnes Bin, Lawrence Howarth as Mr. Parsimonious, Geoffrey Whitehead as Mr. Hardflasher, Susie Kane as Pippa, Perdita Weeks as Poppy, Mark Perry as Thomas Bin, Sarah Hadland as Lily, James Barkman as Harry Biscuit, and Mark Evans as Mr. Wickham Post Forberton, Fenugreek Chas... the lawyer. It was produced by Gareth Edwards.
Here's another Kenny Everett show. It's called The Greatest Adventure Yet from Captain Kremen. As far as I know, this was not a radio show, but an LP.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, that's a space serial that's full of fabulous digital sound effects.
The greatest story in the universe. Kremen of the Star Corps.
On this wonderful LP, folks, you'll hear the following fabulous stars: Oliver Sudden, Lord Elpis, Anne Doverfist, Charlie Saint-Jules, Bernie Housedown, Geriatric, Rhoda Boat, Sir Aersley Though, folks, Matt O'Horn, Gordon Heaven, and Claude Your Eyes Out.
Here's Kremen.
Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, kids, here we are with a fab new adventure.
Yeah, he's right, folks. Hey, Captain.
What is it?
Do I get any big parts in this show?
Carla, your parts are too big already. Hey, folks, before we go any further, let me show you around my latest research and development lab down here through this door.
Captain, what are you thinking about?
Me, of course. Here we are. Oh, hi, Dr. Gitfinger.
Hello, Captain. It's really great to see you.
Still falling down on your R's, I hear.
Yeah, that is right. Hey, Captain, what's this over here?
Oh, that's an invention I'm particularly proud of, Carla. I invented it in one of my quiet moments between saving a distant planet from the grasp of an evil alien and freeing a race of oppressed 15-footed midgets from a giant verruca.
As you know, folks, I'm never very far away from a fabulous new adventure. And it starts right here, at this door sound effect.
Captain, I have just run all the way from the launch pad. And the lads down there say that your rocket ship is ready for takeoff. Oh, good. Have they filled her up?
Oh, yes, but they only had 2-star.
Oh, you idiot, Gitfinger. You know what happens when you fill a rocket ship with 2-star? No? You don't get the free glasses.
We shot over to the rocket bay.
Golly gee, Carla, it's been so long since I used this ship.
I know. It's such an old model, the X-104. I mean, look at this. A stained glass porthole.
That's nothing. You know this ship's got an outside loo, don't you? We made ready for takeoff.
I've polished all the portholes, and I think we're ready for takeoff now.
You look terrific.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
Tell me something. Are you inside that dress trying to get out, or outside trying to get in? Here we go again, Doc. I wonder what's out there.
Oh, it's probably the same old assortment of planets and asteroids.
Hey, Carla, look on the scanner. It's Uranus.
Captain, you're so bold.
Captain, I've just received this communique from planet Earth. It says, don't forget, when you reach Vector 9, to map a course 678.9% to the left, and when you reach Vector 10, turn 6 megahertz right and execute a 300-degree turn whilst plotting a 5 million liter double overhead underhang. Phew, Doc. that's a lot to remember.
Yeah.
And I thought this was going to be an easy trip. You know, Carla, I find my duties so exhausting. Last night I couldn't stay awake for a second.
You couldn't even stay awake for a first.
Later on that day, Carla and I were in the ship's mess, swapping space jokes over a plate of nuclear fission chips and galactic goulash, when suddenly the alarm went. Quick, everybody, up to the bridge! Once on the bridge, I raced to the controls. Hey, Carla, look!
What?
Here on the scanner! It's a horrible thing!
That's not the scanner, Captain. It's a mirror.
Oh. Have you ever noticed how mirrors steam up when you kiss them? Suddenly, there was a sinister rumbling. I cursed the galactic goulash. It cursed me back. Suddenly, I realized it wasn't me. That last revolting reverberation had come from outside the ship.
I think we better go and investigate, Captain.
I think you're right. We donned our spacesuits and went into the airlock. Oh, by the way, Carla, how's your family back home?
Oh, I meant to tell you. You remember my sister, the one with the big feet?
Uh-huh.
She got a job in Canada, stamping out forest fires.
Oh, terrific. We passed through the airlock, pausing only for a quick sauna. When we were outside the ship, suddenly there it was, a huge object, pulsating and dripping and green with tentacles and hairy lumpy bits.
Oh, Captain, it's just too horrible.
It certainly is, and it takes a certain kind of courage to go near a thing like that, Carla. A kind of courage over and above what any man could reasonably be called upon to summon from the very heart of his being.
But you have that courage, Captain.
No. We sped back into the airlock, pausing only to buy a paper from Joe on the corner. The headlines screamed at me. I decided the best thing to do was to zip back to Earth and tell the President. Let's go back to Earth and tell the President, Carla.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Captain. Why do all the guys in the crew call me Martini?
Simple, Carla. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Hello, Captain. Have you any orders for me? Yes, Doc. Back to Earth. Right. The ship neatly executed a reverse thrust, and seconds later, we were back on Earth. We entered the President's plush Oval Office and told him the horrible news about the blob. He keeled over. Arg!
My God, he's fainted.
Yeah. Give him artificial respiration. Now, wait a minute. This is serious. Give him the real thing. It was then I realized something wasn't quite right. How come the President's eyeballs were both on the same side of his nose? Why had his legs just walked out of the room? Is it true what they say about Dixie? Does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight?
I mentioned the magic word, nymphomania. And suddenly, the President recovered.
I just can't believe it, Kremen. I know, but it's true, sir.
Yeah, it's as true as I'm both standing here.
Okay, I'll call in my Secretary of State. Now, what was his name? It used to be Henry Kissinger. Now, is it Jaime Schwartz or Philly Buster or... I don't know. I wonder who's kissing her now. Damn it, Kremen, this is no time for songs.
Yeah, Captain, we gotta do something big quick.
Wait a minute.
What?
Let's do what we always do in the movies when faced with an alien monster.
What's that?
Let's blast it to bits.
But do we have anything big and powerful enough?
It was at that moment that the President let me into a state secret. Our scientists are working on a totally new device, Kremen. Really? It's a nuclear-powered, self-launching, photon-assisted digital intercontinental ballistic missile that seeks out its target even in the dead of night with its own computerized radar unit. Gee, that sounds great. There's only one snag. What's that? This morning, the elastic broke. However, I do have a reserve plan. I call it B. I call it B because it's a real stinger.
Oh, my God.
Well, what's your plan, Chief? I can't tell you now, Kremen. Walls have ears.
Well, I guess it makes a change from Regency stripes.
Listen, Kremen, and listen good. What? Meet me in Tibet in 7 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Disguise yourself as a llama. I'll come as a camel. What will this achieve? Well, could be a lot of fun. Oh, excuse me, Kremen. Sure, sir. Hello?
Gee.
What's that?
I hope this all turns out all right.
Oh, of course it will, my little bean sprout.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried.
Carla,
What?
Let's get something straight between us.
What, here?
Having secured a promise of any military assistance we might need from the President, we bade him farewell.
Well, good luck, Crumman.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, by the way, a little question before you go.
Yes, what's that?
Well, how come you always manage to look so healthy and tan?
Oh, in between assignments, sir, I leave town and relax at my club.
Really?
Yes, I'm a country member.
Okay, I'll remember.
I drove Carla to my penthouse pad for a little nookie before we took off to face the thing. Want a little drinky poo, Carla?
Let me ask you a question first. Is this mission gonna be dangerous?
It'll probably be the most dangerous mission we've ever faced.
Okay, I'll have a triple brandy, 3 mandrakes, 2 shots of whiskey, and a Magadan.
It was a long flight out into space to where the blob was, so I put Carla to bed. Well, good night, my little petal pie.
Good night, Captain. Oh, by the way, wake me as soon as we get to the blob. Good night.
As I walked back to the bridge to see Doc, I couldn't help thinking what a brick Carla had been, sticking with me through all the dangerous adventures. I remember she gave up a nice, safe, secure job to come with me. She used to make men's trousers. Mind you, she still likes to keep her hand in. I walked over to our new computer and pushed a few buttons. Hi, computer.
Hi, Captain.
This is the first time I've used you, isn't it?
Yes, Captain.
Huh.
I am the Yamasaki 4-stroke 509.
Oh, hi, Captain.
Hi.
I couldn't sleep. What you doing?
I'm just chatting to the new computer.
Oh, hi, computer.
Hi, Carla.
You know, this computer is so advanced, so clever and fantastic, it'll do half our work.
Oh, well, why didn't you get 2?
Captain.
What?
We are coming within range of the blob, which has grown to twice its normal size and is looking at us with a hungry expression.
Oh, my God. There's only one thing to do, Captain.
What's that?
Pray.
I'm no good at praying. I got 2 left knees. I summoned my chief engineer to the bridge to look at it through the porthole. Well, Thrinman, what do you think of that? Well, I'll be a... It's so... And those sticky brown entrails look just like... His language was so disgusting. I'd never used language like that in my whole mouth. Doc, what do you think we should do?
I don't know, Captain. There's no precedent for this situation.
The ship lurched as the blob let out a long, low, disgusting moan. Hello, bridge to Armory.
Armory here.
Who am I speaking to?
Tyrone.
Tyrone who?
Tyrone Shoelaces.
Oh, hi, Ty.
Hi.
Are all the bombs primed?
Sure thing.
Great. Stand by to fire.
Well, Captain, the moment of truth has at last arrived.
She's right, Captain. The moment that separates the men from those other ones.
Are you sure you can manage, Captain?
Carla, I may only have the heart and lungs of a 40-year-old man, but I have the liver and onions of a transport calf. What's up, computer?
Emergency, emergency.
What kind?
Captain,
Yeah?
the blob has just thrown a tractor beam around the ship.
Captain.
What?
I've been thinking.
Well, it had to happen sooner or later.
Captain, I think the blob wants to eat us.
She might be right, Captain. It has begun to drag us towards itself.
Uh-oh. Gitfinger?
Yes, Captain?
Fire the retro rockets.
Okay. You got a match?
It was far too late anyway. The force beam in which we were trapped in was far too strong. A terminal look of horror hit the crew. Was this the end? Could this be the dreaded moment when Alan Freeman says,
What will happen next? Tune in tomorrow at the same time and find out.
Suddenly, it was tomorrow.
Well, Captain, this looks like the end.
Sure does, Carla. She threw her arms around me, looked deep into my eyes, and said,
Captain, say I'm lovely.
Okay, I'm lovely. We left our battered ship and went out onto the surface.
Oh, it's all wet and sticky out here. I should never have worn these high heels.
I should have left mine behind, too. We tromped onward. Ever onward we tromped, searching for some clue as to what this strange object was. Hours later...
Oh, gee, I'm so tired.
Me too. Hey, Doc.
Yeah?
Did you bring lunch?
Yes, I brought some dehydrated rump steak with rice, followed by raspberries, raisins, and rhubarb.
Terrific. Just put the steak down there, and I'll heat it up with my ray gun.
Oh, no. It's busted. What we need is a handyman.
Who is it?
Hi there.
Who are you?
I'm Harry the handyman.
Great! Can you fix the motors on the rocket ship?
No.
Can you fix the steering gear?
No.
Can you fix this ray gun?
No.
Well, what makes you think you're so handy?
Well, I only live around the corner.
Before we could point out to him that he was in the wrong sketch, an unearthly rumbling sound was heard.
I'm afraid it was me, Captain. I'm so hungry.
Well, eat some of this earth.
You're kidding. I wouldn't eat that earth if it was the last earth on Earth.
As Carla was chatting, I noticed that right behind her in the slime, a trap door was opening. Through a trap door we entered. We wandered through the grimy caverns.
Can we have some grimy music, please?
Thank you. Through the grimy cavern we wandered. Caverns filled with the sound of dripping cave sound effects records. You know, Carla, there's something funny going on.
Well, after 20 episodes, it's about time.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, Captain?
Hold my helmet and ray gun. I'm going to the loo.
All right, what? You're going to the loo at a time like this?
Uh-huh.
Suppose we all went to the loo. Then where would we be?
In the loo, I guess. Suddenly, at the other end of the cavern, I heard a mysterious sound. Carla, did you hear that?
Hear what?
Could you do that mysterious sound again, please?
Oh, Captain, I'm frightened.
Don't be, Carla. I'm going on ahead to investigate. I strode boldly alone, my footsteps echoing in the eerie darkness. Onward I strode, until I saw a figure standing before me. I struck a match.
Good grief.
He had cod's eyes, a walrus mustache, and was wearing a herringbone suit. I couldn't help thinking he'd make somebody a wonderful aquarium.
Why, hello, Captain.
Well, if it isn't my old archenemy, Gort, King of Thargoidia.
Yes, and welcome to my ship.
You mean this blob isn't really a blob?
No, it was a neat disguise to tempt you into my trap.
What?
Guards! Take them to the cells!
Doc and I were manhandled by the guards and thrown into a steel chamber.
Doc, where have they taken Carla?
I don't know.
The beast fiends! You'll never get away with this!
Minutes later, Carla was thrown into our cell.
Oh, Captain!
Carla, what happened?
I've been graped.
Don't you mean raped?
No, there was a whole bunch of them.
Several days later...
Oh, good Captain. I can't stand it any longer. I'd rather starve to death than exist on prison food. Nothing to eat but bread and water. Just look at the state of this filthy water.
That's the bread. Never mind, Carla. I managed to bring with me a bottle of my very own special homemade wine.
Oh!
The guard didn't find it when he searched me.
Homemade wine? Is it good?
Sure. I made it with my own 2 feet.
Oh!
Now, tell me, Carla.
What's that, Captain?
Tell me about those guards who had their way with you.
Oh, it was awful. They gave me the willies.
I got up to have words with the guard.
Hey, guard! Come here!
Yes, what do you want?
Tell me, are you new around here?
Well, newish.
That's funny. You don't look newish. He was an ugly brute with 3 cauliflower ears and a broken nose. I knew it was broken because it was running with a limp.
Captain, we've just got to escape soon. We've gone without food for a week.
She's right, Captain. I've had a belly full of starvation.
Yeah, and I'm getting fed up with hunger, too.
Well, it looks like we've run out of hunger jokes.
Yeah, if only we had a decent script to get our teeth into.
Doc and I went into a huddle to formulate an exciting escape bid. Carla was right. We couldn't stand much more of this deprivation.
Carla?
Yes, Captain?
Your glass is empty. Do you want another one?
What am I going to do with 2 empty glasses?
Doc.
Yes, Captain. I'm right here.
I have an escape plan. If it works, we'll be out of here in no time.
And if it fails?
Well, if it fails, Gort will take great delight in tearing us limb from limb.
Oh, is he that nasty?
Nasty? He's so cruel, he sprinkles itching powder on fleas.
Okay, here's the plan. Okay, got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, Carla, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah, what?
Attract the guard's attention.
Uh-huh.
And then say to him, "Hey there, want me to do my mind-reading act?"
And then hypnotize him?
Exactly. But you must realize, Carla, this is a very dangerous assignment. Will you do it for me?
Oh, Captain, after all these years of us being together, I'd do anything for you.
Oh, Carla. I took her unto me and gave her one of my Oscar-winning kisses. Carla.
Yeah.
I love you.
I know, it sticks out a mile.
At that moment, the huge steel door opened, and in walked the ugly brute.
Here are your food rations for today.
He threw a lump of bread on the floor.
Hey, guard.
Yes, wench.
You want me to read your mind?
Impossible.
No, really. I used to work in a circus. All you gotta do is look deeply into my eyes.
What, like this?
Yeah, deeply, deeply, like you're feeling sleepy and wonderful and sleepy and lovely.
Suddenly, the most amazing transformation took place. His eyes swam. His brain turned to jelly. Suddenly, his IQ was reduced to the level of a Radio 1 disc jockey. He fell to the floor in a stupor. Are you all right, Carla?
Oh, yeah. Mind reading's a speciality of mine. Still, it's a shame he wasn't Irish.
Why?
I'd have only charged him half price.
We decided to investigate the ship. We left the basement where the cell was and headed towards Gort's headquarters.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, Main Captain?
You haven't got any great new inventions, have you? Something that might help us overpower Gort? I'm afraid not, Captain. The last thing I invented was a birth pill for men.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you know that out of all the 500 men we tested it on, not one became pregnant.
Suddenly, we were outside Gort's chamber. We burst in.
Ah, Kremen, I see you've escaped at last.
I realized I was face to face with the most evil man in the universe. Gort was so evil, he once forced Dolly Parton to play the accordion.
You know, Kremen, I wasn't always the most evil man in the universe.
No?
I had to start at the bottom.
You mean the BBC?
Oh, no, not as low as that. Kremen.
Yes?
In a few moments, we'll be taking off for Thargoidia.
Oh.
Hear that rumbling?
Yeah, but I didn't want to say anything.
Those are the nuclear engines, you fool.
Oh. Hey, Doc.
Yes, Captain?
How long is it going to take to get to Thargoidia?
Let me see. E equals MC squared, right? Plus the square root of 95.8 stereo VHF takes away the number you first thought of, I'd say. Taking into account adverse trajectory patterns.
My God, we'll probably have arrived before you work this out.
Suddenly, I noticed an evil glint in one of Gort's 7 eyes.
What are your plans, oh evil one?
My mission this time, Kremen, is to start an intergalactic war to end all intergalactic wars. It'll be planet against planet, world against world, star against star. No one will survive.
But what if it rains?
Then it'll be held indoors. It's too late to cancel now anyway. Tickets were sold out weeks ago.
Gort turned to his computer and set the coordinates for the journey to Thargoidia.
Oh, Captain.
What?
He really means to go ahead with this madness.
I know. He's so cruel, he'd think nothing of kicking a Martian in the Chronicles.
Well, Kremen and crew, better say your prayers.
Why?
Because to make sure you don't foil my plans, tomorrow you all go to the execution chamber.
Oh, drat-a-roo. An execution is just what I don't need right now.
What do you mean?
Well, I just had my hair set.
Oh, what time does it go off?
And so, Captain, until your execution, you are my guests on this ship. You can't escape, so you're free to roam around.
He flicked a switch with one of his spiky green fingers, and the ship went into Mega Drive.
Tell me, Gort, if your plan is to destroy the whole universe, what's the point in that?
So I can claim on the insurance.
Oh, I see.
Later on in our quarters...
Well, Carla, tomorrow we die.
Oh, Captain.
Huh?
I was just thinking of the first time we ever met.
An unforgettable occasion, huh?
I'm so glad you remember it, too.
Remember what?
The first time we met.
Oh, yeah.
It was so romantic. You put your hand on my knee. Can you remember what I said?
Heavens above. And it was. Over in a corner, Doc was fiddling with his pocket-sized computer. Well, Doc, did your computer come up with an answer to our problem?
No, but it filled up 20 seconds of the episode.
Dear listeners, he may seem thick to you, but since he invented the rear-view mirror, he's never looked back. The ship sped on towards Thargoidia. Suddenly, I had an urge. I went up to one of Gort's guards.
Excuse me, could you point me towards the loo?
What? That's the 15th time this episode.
I know. I'm suffering from Darth Vader's revenge.
Well, may the Force be with you. Then, over the ship's speakers, came the announcement.
Due to a shortcut, we will be landing on Thargoidia in 2 hours.
Tell me, Gort, why did we take a shortcut to Thargoidia?
Because we're traveling in a Hertz rent-a-ship, and we've only hired it for the week. We watched the screen as Thargoidia came into view. It was an unusual sort of planet.
Golly, Captain, look!
Yeah.
The only square planet in the universe.
I know. It was hand-built by robots, you know, after the original round planet blew up many years ago.
Gosh, how did that happen?
Well, one day, a ship heavily laden with nuclear waste was just taking off. Someone on the bridge accidentally opened a porthole and blew the pilot out. The ship plunged back to the ground and... Well, Kremen, we'll be landing any minute now, and soon it'll be time for your execution. What would you like for your last meal?
Well, I'd like Brussels sprouts, and I'd like to eat them in Brussels.
Hey, Carla, that's a good idea. I'd like Kentucky Fried Chicken, please. Excuse me, Gort, but how do you intend to kill us all?
It's quite simple, Doctor. I'll put headphones on each of you, and then play a different Nolan Sisters record in each ear until your brains explode. Well, there it was, out the porthole through the clouds, the place we were about to die on. Thargoidia. The universe's strangest planet.
It's so strange, Captain.
I know. Mind you, before I met you, I used to hang out in some strange places.
Really?
But I've had the holes in my spacesuit repaired since then.
Suddenly, before you could say Tarmata Wakatangi, Gort's mighty ship was landing on Thargoidia. It plunged through a thick cloud layer and hurtled its majestic way towards Gortadia, the capital city of Thargoidia.
Hey, Gort.
What is it, Earth scum?
Why don't I toss a coin, and if I win, we go free. But if you win, you can do whatever you want with us.
What is this Earth expression, toss a coin? I can't make head nor tails of it. Now, Kremen, you and your friends will suffer as you've never suffered before.
With jokes like that last one, don't you think we've suffered enough?
Hey, Captain, look, through the porthole.
What?
We're approaching the landing pad.
She was right. In the distance, Gortadia gleamed in the green evening sky, its crystal spheres and glass towers looking like something out of an old Star Trek repeat. Well, Captain, welcome to Thargoidia, the tidiest planet in the universe.
Tidy?
Yes, it's so tidy here that yesterday they arrested a dog for dropping litter.
Speaking of litter, has anyone seen my script?
That was Dr. Heinrich von Gitfinger, the genius who actually discovered a cure for wheat germ. Ah, yes. A beautiful landing, if I do say so myself. Well, you three, follow me. And no tricks, because I'll be right behind you. Okay, Carla, it's time to say your prayers.
I can't. I'm an atheist.
Are you really?
Yeah, but it's not my fault. It's just the way God made me.
In the cell, we immediately decided to conjugule.
Oh, Captain.
Carla.
Oh, I love...
Carla and I made mad, passionate love. You know, some women smoke a cigarette before making love, and some women smoke after making love. Carla was the only woman I knew who smoked during.
Ow, ow! Oh, sorry, Captain.
For Pete's sake, be careful with that cigar.
Captain.
What?
Are we gonna go into another romantic bit here?
I guess so.
Okay, I'll go put some romantic bit music on.
Oh, fine. You know, Carla, I'm sorry to have dragged you into all this mess, my little cosmic Cupid. I blame myself.
Oh, no, Captain, don't. It's not your fault. It's the scriptwriter.
But I always seem to drag you into impossible scrapes.
Oh, Captain, I'm no stranger to tragedy. No? Worse things than this have happened to me.
Really?
Yeah. Remember when my first husband died?
Oh, no, I didn't know he was dead.
Yeah. It was just before a meal. He went out into the garden to get a cabbage and just dropped dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was terrible.
What did you do?
I had to open a tin of peas.
Meanwhile, upstairs in Gort's palace, plans were being drawn up for the destruction of the universe, just so Gort could collect on the insurance.
And when our first wing of mega bombers start the destruction, I want you to pay special attention to planet Earth. Which one is that, Your Majesty? It's the one that looks just like a satellite weather picture.
Back in the cell...
You know, Captain, what? These cell bars are extremely tough.
I know, I've tried them.
It's a shame James Garner isn't here.
Why James Garner?
Well, he'd cut through the bars with one of his Rockford files.
Meanwhile, over in the corner of the cell, Carla was dusting her doobrey, ready for the execution.
Now, don't worry, my space nymph. I'll get us out of this somehow.
You will?
Well, of course. Courage and daring run right through my family tree. My great-grandfather, at the age of 79, streaked naked through the Chelsea Flower Show.
Did he get arrested?
No, he won first prize for the best dried arrangement.
Captain. Yes, what is it?
You can obviously take the terrific strain of this sword of Damocles that's hanging over our heads, but I'm kind of worried about the doc.
She was right. Another day in a cell would drive him crazy.
You know, Carla, the last time he was in jail, it affected his mind so much. He thought he was a spoon. You mean he went stir-crazy?
Suddenly, in swept Gort.
Well, Claremont, your time has come. It looks like you're for the chop.
The chop? But I ordered the mushroom omelette. Carla ordered the chop.
Well, I must say, this is a pretty kettle of fish.
No, Dr. Gitfinger ordered the kettle of fish. Later that day, a whole bunch of guards came to collect us. Where are you taking us, you ugly brutes?
To the execution chamber!
Moments later, we were thrown into a room full of evil instruments of torture.
Hello, Claremont.
It was Gort, with Droog, his head executioner, standing there in black leather mask, black leather coat, gloves, trousers, and high heels.
Hey, Captain.
What is it?
Why don't you...
Yeah? Uh-huh. Hey, good idea.
Listen, Gort, if you let us out of this, I'll give you full film rights to this series, plus 15% of all T-shirt sales in the UK.
You'll never bribe your way out of here, Kremen. And don't try these low tricks on my men. They're all hand-picked.
Yeah, and so are their noses.
Droog dragged us over to the brain atomizer and strapped us all in.
What do you think they're going to do with us, Captain?
As I watched, the creature dragged a huge laser gun into position. He clamped one end over our brains and plugged the other into the mains. I guess he's gonna switch that machine on, bore holes in our heads, and melt our brains. But don't worry, I have a plan.
You got a plan?
Yep.
Oh, goody. I knew we could rely on you, Captain.
She cocked an eye at me. I cocked an eye at her. And there we lay, cockeyed.
Captain, what'll we do? Quick!
Act nonchalantly, Carla, and whatever you do, don't look at my feet. What Gort and Droog couldn't see was my bionic toe unscrewing and a slim silver probe coming out of the hole. The probe slowly reached over and snipped through the mains cable. The room was plunged into darkness. In the confusion, I breathed in, snapped the straps, undid the others, lit a fag, read the paper, killed guards, and we all made off in one of the quickest escapes in radio history.
Hey, Captain.
What?
Where are we?
We're in an air duct. They'll never find us here.
I wonder what Gort was thinking when the lights went out.
He probably took a dim view of it.
Seriously, Captain, what are we gonna do? I mean, they'll have the whole planet surrounded. We'll never get away.
Oh, yes, we will. Look down the ducting. There's a grill leading to outside the palace. We crawled along the tube to the grill, and with all my strength, I kicked it down. Meanwhile, back inside, all hell was breaking loose.
along, you steaming blunderer. Kremen and all the others have escaped. Oh, I'll pay a wages bonus to the torturer who catches them. But tell me, evil one, how can you pay us a wages bonus if you don't pay us any wages in the first place? We get paid nothing. Yes, I was forgetting. All right, I'll double the wages you're getting now. Satisfied? Double nothing. Okay, but it's got to be backdated. Backdated? Out of the question. I will not submit to this financial blackmail droog. You ungrateful swines! If you don't like working as torturers, why don't you get other jobs? We've already tried, but our IQs are so low, we could only get work as disc jockeys.
Well, Captain, here we are at the mighty wall surrounding Gort's palace.
Hey, guys, look! What? This piece of wall looks a bit lower than the rest. Perhaps I could do a bionic leap.
Oh, it must be so handy being bionic.
Well, I'm only half bionic, really, Carla. And being half bionic means that different limbs and organs of mine have different days of birth and therefore different star signs.
Oh.
For instance, my right leg here is Aries.
Yeah.
My left arm is Pisces. My right eye is Leo. And my left leg is Virgo. What do you say to that?
I think you're talking a load of tourists.
Suddenly I thought, why am I escaping from this maniac? I've foiled his plot. Why don't I try and reason with him? We made our way back to his throne room and confronted him.
Well, you might have foiled the plan this time, Kremen, but I have other plans to destroy you lot.
Oh, yeah? Such as?
Well, I could attach a giant magnet to the sun, and then every planet and star would be drawn towards it. And then when they get too close, they'd burst into flames.
Oh, come on. That's been done twice this week already.
But I paid a fellow good money for that idea.
Yeah, it's probably the same guy who sells us the jokes for this show. Did he sell you any other fiendish plans?
Yes, a brilliant diabolic scheme.
Oh?
Listen to this. I walk up to every single individual on Earth and shout, "Look out behind you!" And then when they turn round, I give them a good hard kick in the shins.
Oh, come now, Gort. You don't think people are stupid enough to fall for that, oldie?
Well, they will if I do it when they least expect it.
Gort, look out behind you!
What?
Ha! Caught with your own fiendish plan, Gort.
Oh, my shins! You've bruised my shins! All 18 of them!
That's the trouble with you evil, diabolic warlords, Gort. You never expect your schemes to be used against you. Okay, Space Patrol Constable Spoontang, read Gort his rights and slip the bracelets on him.
Yes, sir, Captain.
And when he's got the bracelets on, give him the matching earrings and brooch.
Well, Captain, you may have me captive, but don't forget, my entire palace is crawling with guards.
Never mind that, Gort. Just remember, my laser gun is pointing right in your ear, and if there's any trouble, I'll pull the trigger and blow your brains out. Over in a corner, Doc was trying to figure a way out of the palace with his miniature computer. Yeah, there is a way. Follow me, everybody. We made our way down a few corridors, up a few lift shafts, across a light bridge, and through loads of those sliding doors you see in space movies.
Oh my God, look at that!
We were standing on a ledge with a yawning drop below. Edge your way along, everybody!
Well, Captain, pretty scary, eh? You'll never make it.
Shut up, you waste of space.
I'm frightened, Captain.
Yeah, I daren't look down. What a terrifying drop.
Captain, you're looking down my cleavage.
Just trying to keep abreast of the script, Carla. Captain, what? Look, a door over here with a sign on it. It says, "Spare rockets." The Doc picked the lock with his teeth and burst in. Not bad for a man of 186.
Hey, Captain.
What?
How come he's so old and still alive?
Well, on one of his expeditions, he discovered the Fountain of Youth.
Really?
However, he didn't drink the water because he saw what the youth did in it.
Hey, Captain, look over here.
What?
Here's the rocket that'll get us out of here.
How do you know?
Well, it's got written on the side, this spaceship is guaranteed for 2 million miles or 6 adventures, whichever comes first.
It's a bit small, isn't it, Captain? Well, you can squeeze in with Carla. Oh, no, mein Captain. No? I never associate with women. Oh. It gets in the way of scientific progress. You mean you've never made love? No, never. Then I must tell you about the bird and the bee. Don't you mean the birds and the bees? No, I'll tell you about orgies later. Okay, everybody, let's get out of here. We blasted off for home with our captive and arrived on Earth to tumultuous applause and a meeting with the President.
Kremen, you're late.
Sorry, Mr. President. I've been posing for a stamp.
Oh, you must be very tired after your adventure, Kremen. Tell me, do you have any trouble falling asleep?
Oh, no, sir. I can do it with my eyes shut.
Good, well, congratulations, Kremen.
Thank you.
Put it there.
Okay, sir.
No, Kremen, I meant your hand.
Later that evening, over drinky poos...
Well, Captain, what do you think our next adventure will be?
The search for the lost tribe of the Freen Men.
Oh, I heard about them. Tell me, how did they get lost?
Well, they were playing hide-and-seek, Carla, and they overdid the hiding.
Oh, seems to me they're not worth looking for.
You're right, and when I find them, I'm gonna tell them to get lost.